Hello, hello. What do you mean what happened? What do you mean? Hi, Evelyn. Hold on, guys. Just posting on Twitter. Oh, did you? Did you hear what happened to her? I mean, or did you just hear the recording? Evelyn, that's my nephew. Mr. Hacks is my nephew. Did you hear what happened to her, or did you know or did you just hear that I had that video? Did she survive? Because I haven't been able to get answers. We might have some breaking news about the woman that I recorded screaming in my uh outside in my yard. Hello to everyone who is here. Hello. How can you made 0 sense? How can you say you know everything and yet you don't know? Hi, Mariah. If anyone wants a link, just let me know. That's terrible. Yeah, I know. I thought I saw your mama at Target last night. Man, I walked up on this girl looked just like your mama. I said, Tuesday, is that you? She said, who? I said, never mind. Jenna. Jenna, you promised next time that I have a live stream that you would be up here. So would you like a link? Nothing. Why are a link to nothing? Hi, Iridium. Hello, everyone. Oh, man, look at you with your loopholes. I swear. How are you tonight, Evelyn? It's so nice to have 2 of my favorite wrenches in here. Hi, Sesame. Sesame, do you want a link? I love to hear your opinions on things. I know, Evelyn, get her. That's low, lady. That's low. Oh, no. Oh my god, more DMs. Yeah, that is creepy. I still haven't figured out what happened to her. I can't get answers. Hi, Ima. Uh, every time I hear that name, I just think about that chick on Sons of Anarchy that got her ass beat, which was hilarious. Not that I'm saying you wanna get your ass beat, I'm just saying that's what I think about when I see that name. Oh, you don't have to tell me where you work, but can you tell me what type of work you do? I'm all alone. all alone on my panel. It's okay though, I don't really care. Mhm. Anybody got any, ska Jenna, I thought we agreed that we were gonna call that a fakiatrist. Oh, yeah? I'll have to download it tomorrow. Sesame, come on, get out of bed for me, please. Must have been your other friend. I'm a therapist, a clinical social worker. Oh. Oh, man. See that shit I posted? I know you did because you commented on it. Well, that was the craziest shit I've ever seen in my whole life. Folder for everyone. Folder for everyone. Yeah, that was gross. Jenna, Crimson did a video where she just showed everyone's DM by hacks. I'll call you tomorrow, okay? Where um she showed everyone's DMs that have ever been sent to her about this stuff. Yay! Okay. I'll go ahead and send you the link. And while she did that, she opened up her gallery on her phone. I don't know, but I'll call you, I promise. She opened up her gallery on her phone and, yeah, was that some shit? Like, who does that? Who does that? So creepy. Creepy McCreeperson, that's who does it. So very strange. Happy October. Hi, Jen. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, iridium. Exactly. It was disgusting. Well, I mean, it wasn't really disgusting. It's not that dramatic. It was just creepy. It's nice to see you, Jen. Which is really creepy. Yep. Can't run yourself into the ground, Evelyn, then you'll be no use to your clients. Oh my god. Yo, I'm so tired. Like, and every time I tell my best friend that I'm tired, she's like, "Well, go to bed." I'm like, "There's a difference between being tired and being sleepy." "No, there's not." Yeah, there's a complete difference between being tired and being sleepy. Jenna, you know you'd be great for my sanity. I need to lose it every once in a while anyway. We should plan a road trip. I'd come see you. I would. Sesame, if you're back or you can hear me at all, the link is in your DM. Right, exactly, Evelyn. Exactly. Oh, thank you, Jen. I think sometimes I just sit and talk to myself. And, that's fun too, I guess, on some level. I might need your help, Evelyn. Stewie, hello. You behaving yourself tonight, Stewie. Evelyn, I gotta tell you this story, okay? So, don't go visit Chaos, she's too weird. Hi, Penny, I've missed you. Penny's always the light in my streams. She's always so uplifting, and I love it, and she always puts me in my place when I'm being rude. So, Evelyn, a long time ago, I mean, a long time ago, I went to school to be a phlebotomist. And, it was like a 2-year course or whatever, and then I went to clinicals. You haven't finished cleaning my window. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so I went to clinicals and, I had to do my clinicals in a hospital. So every morning I would go down to the lab and I would get all the, like the reports and everything, and I'd go up and I'd take blood from the seniors that were in the bed stays or whatever. And, then they wanted me to go ahead and start my pediatric kind of learning how to do that because I did not realize how much of a huge difference of a ball game that is to pull from a child. So the first child made me cry because it was in the ER and we had to hold her down and I had to draw blood and she had a fever, so I had to do the big bottle. And so she her mother had told her if she did good that she would be able to go to McDonald's. So she's crying, but she wasn't like being bad. She was just crying. So she says, "Can I still go to McDonald's?" And her mom's like, "Yes, baby, you can still go to McDonald's." And the doctor said, "Can I go?" And she's like, "Yes." And the nurse said, "Can I go?" And she says, "Of course." Well, she says, "Yes." Then she looks at me and says, "But not her." And I was just like, "I have hurt this child so hard that I cannot go to McDonald's with her." But, anyway, so at the end of my pediatric lessons that I was having during clinicals, I went into the lab and there was this boy brought in. I don't know his name. I did at the time because I had to do chain of command or chain of custody, which is pretty much making sure we had the same labels or whatever. So he came in and he was just like stone faced, like completely stone faced. And yeah, no McDonald's for many. He had no expression. He had no emotion, and the people that brought him in was actually the, pediatric, mental health clinic. They were getting blood work done for medications that he was gonna be on and whatever, and when I stuck him the first time, his vein blew, which is normal. It can happen. It happens to the best of us. He didn't even flinch. He didn't cry. That shit hurts. I had my vein blown before and I cried like a bitch, and I've got many piercings. He didn't even blink his eyes. And I said, "I'm so sorry. Everything is okay. This happens. It'll get better." And he just shrugged his shoulders. And I said, "I'm going to do the other arm." And he just shrugged his shoulders. And I did the other arm, got the blood, and they left. To this day, that kid freaks me out. He just freaks me out. I can't help it. He just freaks me out. Um, I mean, he was very polite. He was very like, it was just weird. It's just God, it was weird. Well, Jen, they can contact the vape store where I work at now if that's what they feel they need to do. Even though everybody, even down to the owner of the vape store, knows that if they get a call about me, to ignore it. I got out of phlebotomy. It didn't pay as much as I thought it would. In fact, it can be as low as minimum wage, and I just I couldn't help thinking I went to school for this and I'm still gonna get minimum wage, so I changed everything around about what I wanted to do. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. His demeanor really kind of scared me. Cat braces? Yes, God. A kid creeped me out. How dare I sell vape juice? No, what was done was unforgivable. Unforgivable. Absolutely. And I do not agree with it. I wouldn't do that to any of them, period. Ugh. I'm sure you get paid more than minimum wage. Come on. It is mean and spiteful, like, listen, I talk a good talk, and I can get mean and loud and foul-mouthed with the best of them. I cry when I'm angry, I can be unfair, and I fight dirty a lot of the times, but there is one thing I will not do, and that is I will never, just because I feel vindictive, I will never do something that could cost someone their livelihood or put them out on the street. I don't care who they are or what they've said about me. That is a line that I will never cross, no matter what they do, no matter what anyone does, real life or in YouTube. I just would never do that. It's beyond. It's just beyond. Really, Evelyn? For the job you have now? That's Oh, you're saying it doesn't, like, balance out, is that what you're saying? Doesn't really balance out well? Yeah, I mean, they could come and punch me in the head, okay? Seriously, and I'm not joking. They could come and punch me in the fucking head, and I still would not find a way to do that to them. I mean, it's just not something I would ever do.
Hello.
Hi, you scared the crap out of me. Hello.
Do I sound okay? I
You
haven't done this in
do.
so long.
How is your icon? Did you use a GIF for your icon?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Is it sparkling?
Yeah. Well, it is on in Hangouts. I don't know if it is on YouTube, but hi, Kayla.
I haven't seen
Welcome,
my
welcome.
Lissa. Has anyone seen my Lissa?
I haven't. Like, I posted that thing about what Crimson did, and she said I did. No, that was Texas. I'm sorry, that was Texas. No, I have not seen Lisa. I know she was really upset.
Yeah, she
Which
was.
Hi, Lori. Which I don't blame her. I really don't.
Yeah. Hey,
Um,
everyone.
I've missed you.
I missed you too.
Aw.
I'm gonna warn everybody I took a Benadryl.
Not Benadryl.
That acts like what is that other one? Ambien. Just I've never taken Ambien, but
You know, Lissa was upset because, you think it's okay for me to she's
Yeah.
told everyone, so it's okay for me to okay.
Oh no, go ahead.
Lissa's upset, Evelyn, because she found out that Crimson was actually somebody she was friends with back when Crimson went by a different name, Sweetie, I guess. And when she changed her name to Crimson, she didn't even take the chance or the just a little moment and tell Lissa that she had changed her name. And apparently they were, I don't know if they were super close, but they were close enough for Lissa to be highly offended.
Oh, she was. And see, the thing is I've known her since I almost started. I mean, back in the days of whenever I went into Ron's chat, I met her as DJ Parr.
Mhm.
And, we spoke off and on. And then whenever she changed over to Sweetie somehow, and I didn't recognize the two as one, I
Mhm.
thought Sweetie was someone new. And then we went from Sweetie to Crimson, and I didn't know she made that change for the longest time. And Lissa never did. Lissa was just thought, I guess she thought Sweetie just left or something. I don't know.
Mhm.
But anyway, we've always been very nice. And I don't understand what happened, but I'll tell you, I get very uncomfortable when somebody starts asking for money. I mean, just out of the blue, boom. I don't know what
Mhm.
to say. And so I didn't say anything, and neither did Lissa.
I mean, it's kinda like, I don't know, when the hurricane thing happened, like, everyone, you know, with me when I had to get out of town, and I kept telling everyone, "We're not in an evacuation zone. We don't have the money to leave. We're fine." But then everyone was like, "Give us your PayPal." So, okay, I talked to my husband and I was like, "It's better to be prepared. You know, what if we do need to leave?" And he wasn't gonna get paid until, like, 2, 3 days later, right? So and then I cut myself off once I had enough for gas money.
Right.
And I gave half of that to a woman who had kids who wanted to get out for her safety, and we
Mhm.
used the rest to go to my grandma's. Anyway, but that's one thing. But
Right.
it's kinda like when me and my friend go to the Tabernacle, which is a bar and concert venue in Atlanta. When we go to the Tabernacle, there's always, homeless people out there because they know there's gonna be a long line, lots of people, usually drunk people wanting and they'll have money, right?
Mhm.
So her situation reminded me of the one man that my best friend at the time and I said, "Hi, Diane." Um, he came up to us and he goes, "I'm so hungry." I mean, you could smell the alcohol on him. "I'm so hungry. All I need is a sandwich." And we said, "Well, tell you what, buddy, we're going down the road, walking distance. You can see it from here to Waffle House. We will gladly buy you a meal, but we are not giving you money." And you know what? He accepted it. He might have wished we would have given him money, but he accepted what we offered.
Mhm.
And we did, we bought him a whole meal, he sat there, he talked with us, and then he picked a dandelion weed for us, and we kept it for a long time. I mean, he was very grateful.
Mhm.
If you're hungry, you're hungry. I mean, it just
Oh,
seems
yeah.
shady.
There's other ways to come about it too. If you're hungry, there's places in your community. I'd be glad to help somebody find that out, you know. I just I don't buy some of these stories. I'm sorry. I've seen a lot of scammers,
Mhm.
and that's one way that they do it. You know, to me, if you're sitting over there and you have internet for a couple of months,
Right.
and then you turn around and start asking for money, and no, there's priorities. But that
Well, there are priorities. I do like to say that when we first got our internet, I don't know how long she's had hers, but we had it free for, like, 3 months, so I understand where you're coming from, but we don't know, like, her bills or whatever.
right.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay fair on it, but I cannot see
And
past the shadiness of not wanting someone to get her actual food.
yeah, and I don't wanna judge her. I don't wanna judge her, but then I don't wanna be judged for being quiet, you know?
Right. Hi, Captain. I think I said hello, Diane, but I'll say hello yet again. Totashi 안녕하세요. Um, anyone wants a link, let me know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just creepy. And then, then our
Ohio gozaimasu, isn't that
ohayou
that's Japanese?
gozaimasu. That's Japanese.
Well, you know, I watch, J Benji and what was her name? They're up in Washington, they're big vloggers. Yeah, he's
Oh, I
Japanese,
don't
so
remember.
yeah.
Are you
I learned
serious, Jenna?
that.
I'm sending it. Jenna wants a link. Can you believe it?
Oh, yes. I like being on the other side of Pashi too. I like when she's talking to me.
I know, right? Diane, do you want a link at all? Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I am too poor to give anyone money, so I kind of don't fall into the category of people who have been asked because I think people generally know I don't have money, which is fine with me. I don't care if they know that.
Yeah, no, I mean, people shouldn't have to this is social media, you know, come on. This,
Right.
no, I guess I'm old school. I don't know. I've went through some hurricanes too. I'm telling you, we were with a month without lights and 100-degree weather. Our windows were boarded up.
Oh,
No ice to be
did you s
found or gas.
mm-mm.
Yeah, I've been there
Did you
whenever.
see what happened to me the other night?
Uh-uh.
It's in your, DM, Diane. Diane's coming too. Um,
Oh, okay, cool.
Aw, Evelyn, I'm gonna need you to package yourself up and send yourself to me so I can have your praise every day.
That's it. Money is one aspect of life. I mean, there is so much more.
Mm.
So much more.
So I'm at work, right? And listen, I can be big and badass about a lot of things, but when it comes to tornadoes, that is not one of those things. Okay?
Right.
Negatory. So I'm sitting at work and I have hi Diane.
Hello.
I
Sure.
have
But
all these apps that keep me alert of the weather, right? A radar app, I have the NOAA app, I have anyway, so I get this massive alarm on my phone and it's like, tornado spotted, take cover now. I always hear it in like a drill sergeant voice. So like that started going off. Then our store alarm started going off because of the warnings. Then Pandora went off and I'm like, "Oh my god, we're gonna die." And I cannot go home and kiss my cats one more time.
Mhm.
So, and also my husband. Um, and so we go outside and it's kind of gross outside because it had been raining to begin with. And we go outside and we see this shelf cloud forming. Now, shelf clouds are the ones where the rotation starts, from what I understand, and then the funnel drops.
Mhm.
We see this shelf cloud moving across at a rapid rate across the main highway where I work. And then all of a sudden, out of like a horror movie, you see the funnel drop.
Oh, that's awful.
I am in tears.
Mhm.
I am terrified of tornadoes. So my boss was like, Timmy, just go in the bathroom and calm down. I'm like, okay, I'm going. Grabbed up all my shit, ran in the bathroom, sat on the corner. My sister calls me, my baby sister, 12 years younger baby sister calls me and goes, we just got the tornado warning. I'm calling to make sure you're still breathing and not crying yourself to death. And I'm like, I'm so scared. And I was just like sobbing. And she's like, well, which way was it going? I'm like, it was going east. She's like, okay, calm down. It's not going to come for you. I'm like, are you sure? She's like, tornadoes don't turn around that sharply. They don't backtrack. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened to me. I was
Mhm.
so scared.
They're scary.
Right.
I just saw somebody say something today about finding out they were blocked. That's one thing that I found out I wasn't blocked on YouTube because I was able to speak when she was doing her live stream,
Mhm.
and I just kinda went off, you know? I was like and then later on, I found out that Wendy had tried, Rachel Langley had tried, to write, and they were blocked.
Where?
These ladies never for Crimson on her
Oh,
live stream.
I have been blocked by her for the longest time, and I don't even know why. I
I
don't know why.
know. Nobody knew. This woman has lost her freaking mind.
Uh,
Apparently, she's removed all of her videos. Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah.
Guilty
Which she
conscience much?
should. She should. I mean, be showing DMs. That's rude.
Mhm.
Nick should be selling them. Oh, I didn't say that.
so I guess we're talking a little bit about because I didn't hear the beginning. So I suppose we're talking about people asking for money and
I
blah
mean,
blah.
that's where it went, but you can talk about whatever you want. Seriously,
Oh
open
no!
panel.
Oh, okay. No, I agree with the whole thing. I think we should change it to the YouTube, Bank of America, because it really, to me, it's getting out of hand.
Right.
I love to help people if I can, but I don't understand how people. I mean, I've had people slip into my DMs, and I'm not going to give out any names at all, and just ask me if I could spot them, like some money because they don't have any money in their bank account, and uh, I don't even know you. I mean, it's like for
Right.
real. I don't know these people
Right.
who they are. I just don't understand how people do that.
I don't either. Like, it's so embarrassing. I have to gather up the courage if I really need money to ask my freaking mother. Like I was raised by her, born from her, and I still do not feel right asking her for money.
Well, I just think it's become very easy for people to do it on the internet, and that's where they go rather to their families because that's where I go. The first place in my mind, well, did you ask your family? Did you
Mhm.
ask your real life friends first before coming into my
Yeah.
DM? And I don't
Your
want to be
sister, your
rude.
child.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be nasty to anyone but I do, when I get those DMs, I just kind of sit there and I don't know what to do. I kind of sit there paralyzed. I really do. I
I
don't know what
just
to say.
I just got a scenario in my head that's kind of funny, but it's like when somebody farts.
Yeah.
That's how I feel whenever I read a DM like that. I'm running away. I'm like, God, I got to get out of here. I can't. I can't breathe.
Yeah, I just don't know what to do, and I usually don't even reply to them. But
Right.
I've
Right.
had some people who I haven't replied to in the past who've asked me, and then they'll come back and they'll ask me again. So
It's just this ain't Bank of America. This is not trans fund, whatever. No, I don't like that.
Mm-mm. And look, there's nothing wrong with needing help. We've all needed help at some point in our lives, and we all will probably still at another point in our life need help. But there's a process to this. Hi, Jenna. There's a process
Hi.
to this that makes you seem less of a shady person, and that's ask the people who are not online first and stop targeting the people you know have money because that just makes you like an asshole.
right.
Right, right.
Hi, Jenna.
Hi,
Hi,
can I have some
Jenna.
money, guys? Please? I need money.
Um, I need money too.
I'm a
How
tightwad.
about
I
you
don't
all
really.
send me some money? Okay, all of you send me some money.
I can draw you some money. Would that work?
Yeah,
Okay.
you could.
Just don't try to spend them because I ain't gonna spend.
But the thing is Crimson, if you're listening now, you have to listen because we can speak and we're not blocked. But yeah, you hurt a lot of ladies, a lot of good ladies out here, and that's not nice. I mean, when you need something, come out and talk about it. Don't sit there and cast judgment on us because, you know, we don't
Di-
dig deep or whatever.
Diane, did you see what Penny said? I'm sorry, Diane. I didn't mean to send you that second DM.
No, it wasn't Penny. It wasn't her.
Evelyn says I can write you a check.
Hey,
Okay.
Gary.
Hi, Gary. Thanks for coming
Hi,
in, darling.
Jenna,
Gary.
Penny.
Haven't seen you around in forever.
I'm sure I could steal some Monopoly money from Salvation Army. They got games over there.
Jenny,
Oh
you're
my
not supposed to steal
God.
from the Salvation Army.
Hey,
I get triggered when I hear Monopoly. That
you
Right.
game that game triggers me.
Me too.
I was gonna say to Gary, I'm so sorry about your fur baby. And Lissa lost her fur baby too, which was Bob. You could hear Bob barking in the
Yes.
background when I just
Oh.
loved Bob. Every time I spoke to her, he would stand there and bark, and I said, "He's talking to me." We
Aw.
we have this. He
Aw.
goes, "Oh, he can't hear you."
And I actually heard him on my live stream when Lissa was on panel. So yeah, it was really sad when I saw that tweet. It was really
Oh,
sad.
he was a sweetheart, and I think he was what, 16, something.
Yeah, 15 or 16, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he had had cancer for the last few
Right,
years.
right. Well,
Oh,
he's been a trooper. He was a
yeah.
trooper,
Mhm.
and it is sad when we lose our fur babies. Absolutely. I
Oh,
worry about it all the time. I worry
Me too.
about that.
When
yeah.
I lost my Maine Coon, okay, so I know most people know that my husband and I got into the habit of adopting unadoptable pets, like pets that stay there forever. And one of those, I know most people know that, but one of those are black cats. They usually get adopted on Halloween and returned shortly after or released
Or killed.
and or killed. And so
That is sassy.
when we went up there, there was a black 10-year-old Maine Coon. I love Maine Coons.
Oh, they're beautiful.
You gotta have a special place in your heart to take care of those stubborn bastards, I'm just saying.
I bet.
But,
Yeah.
so he's terrified. He was with the same family for 10 years. They got a job offer overseas. They could not take him because the vet would not clear him to fly because he had anxiety and, yep. Anyway, his heart beat too fast. So they wouldn't approve him to fly. So they had to take him. They could not turn the job down. So I went in there and I picked him up, and when I put him down, he just kind of followed me around, meowing at me the whole time. So I adopted him. I was like, I have to have this baby, okay? And he was with us for 3 years. It took him almost 2 months to even trust us. And I remember the first day he showed his belly to me, I sobbed like a baby.
Aw.
And then I was woefully ill prepared for the issues that come along with Maine Coons, and one of those is a deadly chance of them getting thyroid disease. And he did get thyroid disease, and by the time we spotted it, it was too late to save his life. So, but he passed away in his sleep, and he's buried in our backyard with his favorite blanket. So there you
Yeah.
go. But
I got some hope. I was talking to Lucy, last night. She has a cat that's 21 years old. So I that kind of gives me hope because my cat is an indoor cat, never been sick, never never even threw up. It
Mhm.
doesn't get sick. And she's only 7, but that's something that I worry about all the time. But she's really healthy. And then when Lucy told me her cat's 21, I was like, okay, so, I have a good chance of my cat staying around for a while.
My grandma's cat is 19, but then again, she is straight from Satan, so that probably has a lot to do with it.
No,
This bitch will wait in the hallway when she knows I'm there because she knows I'm not scared of any animal, but I'm terrified of this cat. She'll wait in the hallway in my grandmother's narrow hallway for me to have to pass by her, and then she'll attack me. I
yeah,
hate it.
I had a cat that used to do the same thing. Used to hide behind walls, whatever, knew that you were walking by and would attack you.
Yep,
That is funny.
yep. And
Oh,
then last night, oh sorry.
Evelyn, then that means, if you keep, this is what I think. If you have an indoor cat, I've had indoor cats, outdoor cats. My outdoor cats would always get sick. I would
Mhm.
have to bring them to the vet and I have to give them antibiotics. And one got hit by a car and they had to have surgery. So, but when you have an indoor cat, they're not exposed to anything. And if you feed them well, and I feed my cat, the best food, the most healthiest food. So, make sure that her digestion is just proper and everything. So I think that she'll be around for a while.
And you guys have to remember that wheat is really bad for cats.
Mm-hmm.
So you should get wheat-free, what is it? Grain-free, wheat-free food.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, I'm not sponsored. Obviously, I'm not big enough to be sponsored, but we just signed up for Chewy,
Uh-huh.
and you can set your own calendar. And if you want them to auto deliver instead of buying it every month, you can set up your own dates. You can tell them exactly when to deliver it, and every order gets 10% off if you have auto delivery set up, and your first order gets 50% off.
Yeah, I love Chewy. They're
Yeah,
a really good site.
and they have food that is natural. It's just compressed into pellets. There's no
Mm-hmm.
wheat. There's no extra things. However, pumpkin is really good for cats.
Really?
Really, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
in their
it
food,
is.
I wouldn't give them a whole pumpkin.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Oops, sorry, that was loud.
Especially when they're having trouble pooping.
Hmm.
Pumpkin, that canned pumpkin is really good.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I never heard that. This is the first time I'm hearing that.
It
Oh
helps
yeah,
coat their
I've heard
stomach
that.
too.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm gonna have to check into that and get some then. That's good.
And if
I,
your cats have hairballs, there's this stuff you can put in their food. I forget what it's called, but it's supposed to taste like beef, but it smells questionable to me. Anyway, you can just either give it to them as a treat, which 9 times out of 10 they're not going to want it, or you can just put in a little swirly swirl on the top of their wet food and stir it all up, and it kind of expands it and makes it part of the food. But that is like a grease that will coat their throat, especially with Maine Coons. They get lots of hairballs, and it'll coat their entire digestive system with like this grease so that everything comes up
yeah,
easier.
my cat very rarely gets a hairball. I mean, it's like very rare that that
Right.
happens.
When you say comes up easier, what does that mean?
Well, have you ever seen a cat struggle to get rid of a hairball?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, they
That's
kind
pretty
of
much
like
it.
it's kind of like they're heaving to get
Oh,
that, hairball up. But it's like I said, my cat does
yeah.
it very seldom. I
I
think
had
it's
a
the
cat one
food.
time and I would heave with it when it did that. I couldn't handle
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot Sesame. Sesame, are you that bad that you would
it.
even with a cat?
I can't stand a baby to throw up. No, no.
Oh my
What's
god.
worse is when the cat throws up while you're asleep and you get up to go to the bathroom and step in
Oh,
it.
yeah. No. I
You
would
know
pass
what's
out right there.
really funny? I'm
Mhm.
like a mother who has a baby, and you hear a little sound in the middle of the night, and you wake up. I'm
Mhm.
telling you, if I ever, and again, very seldom, and she's not throwing up; it's a hairball. If I hear her doing that, I wake up out of a deep sleep, and I swear to God, I run to see if she's okay. It's the craziest thing. I
Good
actually just,
morning, Donna. And yes, Penny, wheat is
hi
in
Donna.
some food, but they're kind of steering away from it. Did you know, Diane, that women are biologically geared to wake up and be alert at higher pitched sounds because we were, breeding machines in the beginning?
Yeah, I'm breeding machine.
So we are biologically geared to wake up at softer sounds like a cat heaving, a baby crying. That's why it usually
Yeah.
wakes up women and not men.
Oh yeah. Yeah, men don't wake up for that shit.
I wake up and then I wake up my husband and say, "What was that?"
Damn it, Jenna, I will get you the name of that stuff, and it's super cheap. It's like $5 a tube.
I don't know if I've heard Jenna speak.
She mutes herself because her connection's bad, so it crackles.
I
Mm.
haven't muted at all. Have I been crackling? I've
Oh,
just
you
been
were in the
quiet.
beginning. It sounded like you were
Yeah.
muted.
I thought Jenna was Australian, or am I wrong?
She's not
no.
Australian.
No, that's Cash. I get mistaken for Cash all the time.
Oh, I don't know. I just
Yeah, that's Cash. She's Australian.
It's
Oh,
okay. I
man.
like Australia, so I'm like, hey, right on.
Oh no,
I
I
can
was
be
just getting ready
Australian.
for the accent. I was just waiting for
I wanna
more.
do the stream called, "So You're Australian," and then ask them about, like, crazy things like, "Why do you live on a continent that is consistently trying to kill all of you? Why do you do these things?"
Because they were born there.
Well, I know, but it's always boggled my mind. It's like, why do people live in Tornado Alley when their house has been taken down 3
Yeah.
times by a
Yeah.
tornado?
I grew up in Oklahoma, so I've seen
Oh,
some
no.
tornadoes too. Yeah.
No, sir. No, thank
Oh
you.
yeah. There was a whole block in Tulsa that had a truck stop that was full of trucks that day. Tornado just wiped it off the map. I mean, it just all you seen was the
Mm-mm.
concrete. No trash, no nothing. Everything was gone. It was wild.
Damn. That's crazy, and they say that you don't actually get killed by the tornado, you get killed by the debris inside the tornado.
Oh yeah, yeah, and a lot of people that day also there was a softball size hail,
Mhm.
and it was people coming right off of the turnpike. They didn't know what was going on. They were stopping and getting out of their cars, to see.
Oh, humans.
Yeah, that's why I'm real careful to keep the news on. Like if it's stormy and we're traveling, and I want to know what's going on.
So, did you hear about that storm chaser that died? Not recently, but it was a while back.
I did, yeah.
So it was Tim Samaras, and they were chasing the great big one that went across Oklahoma a couple
Oh
years ago,
yeah, I remember that
or
one.
Yes,
or
I
a
heard
few years
about
ago.
that.
Or yeah, it was Joplin. It was Joplin. Um, and his car was so damaged just by the wind of the tornado because it was an F5, borderline almost an F6, right? And the car, it took them a while to release the pictures of the car, but the car was flat.
Oh
And in some
God.
parts, it was curled up like a ball.
Oh my God.
Mm.
And so please be careful if you're a storm chaser because that was a dedicated professional storm chaser with all the right tools.
Oh no, I would never be a storm chaser.
Me
That would
either.
never happen in a million years.
Do you remember me crying in the bathroom? Not a storm chaser.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a
no,
You have
storm
to do it at
runner.
least
I
once.
run fast away.
yeah, not
My
my
daddy
thing.
used. Mhm. Yeah, no, not me. My daddy used to go outside when there was a tornado, and my mom would be like, "Get in the house."
Oh, I
My
did
daddy's
too,
like, "It's
yeah.
fine." I'm like, "Oh God."
I was going home and visiting my mother a few years ago, and when the last one hit Claremore, and it wasn't a big one, but it was enough to take off some roofs and trees and things
Mhm.
like that. And it was just 2 blocks away from us, and we were outside watching it.
We were at my friend's house when a tornado came through, and it skipped over her cattle field and went right to the neighbor like a half mile away. But this is farm country, so you can see your neighbor's house a half mile away. But
Mm.
yeah, it went right past our front door where we were, and in the house we were at. It flew over the cattle field. Not a single cow was injured, and then
Wow.
but it demolished the house up the road.
Hmm.
Ugh,
Mm.
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joplin's terrifying.
Oh, Joplin was tore up. I mean, that was devastating, right?
If you
Took out
haven't
the whole
seen
city.
the video of them hiding in the cooler in the gas station,
Oh,
it
Oh, really? In a cooler?
Yeah.
and they all survived.
Yeah.
Well, 2 of the guys that were in there were just traveling, and they pulled over when the sirens started going off. They go in the gas station, everybody's kind of just standing around. This guy comes running up in the parking lot. They're like, let him in." And some guy didn't want to because they had the doors locked. As soon as they let that guy in and relocked the doors, the windows imploded.
Ugh,
So they all run back and hide in the cooler of the gas station where all the glass bottles are from the beer.
uh,
And you hear the baby. There's 2 babies in there. They're crying. Babies, I say about probably about 5 or 6. And then you hear this guy say, "Okay, guys, here it comes." And the way he said it was so calm, it gave me chills. And then if you have your headphones on, and my headphones have surround sound, if you have your headphones on, when this thing goes over that gas station, it is the most terrifying sound you could ever imagine.
mhm,
And then when they get out, they realize the cooler was the only thing that survived that tornado.
Wow.
yeah.
And the
When we
only
were
injuries they got was from the falling beer bottles.
oh gosh, that's bad. We were standing in the street and my niece was telling me, "Come on, let's go back in the house," and I couldn't hear her. I said, "I can't hear you, the train. I can't hear you over the train."
Mm.
And she goes, "That's not a train." Like, "Oh
Poor
god."
Sesame.
Oh my God.
That's like, my friend from Michigan, she's like, "I don't understand how you're scared of tornadoes." I'm like, "Well, I don't understand how you're scared of blizzards." I mean, that
I'm not scared of blizzards. I hate them. I just hate, like, if we're going to have a blizzard, or a nor'easter or something like that, I hate it because it's just so annoying. You know,
Mhm,
everything stops. People, well, at least in Pennsylvania, people, if we're going to get a little snow here, people will clear out the shelves at the
mhm.
grocery store. It's just a nuisance to me. That's
Oh, then you would be really pissed
oh,
off if you
yeah,
came to the
that's not
South.
here.
1 inch of snow and everything is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, really, do you need all that milk and bread for
Mhm,
a
and
blizzard?
water.
Yeah,
They need their milk sandwiches.
yeah. Give me a break.
Yeah, because when a hurricane's coming here and it's about a week out, there
Mm.
is everything goes.
Yeah.
Water, gasoline. I remember with Charlie, the gasoline was the hardest to find. We had a generator. We had a couple of generators for the house, but it was just finding the gasoline that thank goodness we used the pool, for to flush the toilets and stuff because yeah.
You can do that? Oh, you
Yeah.
mean you just got the water and flush the toilet?
Yeah, because we live out in the country. We're on septic.
Mhm.
And so we would take the water from our pool and bring it in to flush the toilet. But we didn't even have running water because without electricity, our pump doesn't work. So,
Uh-huh. And then, well, here in the South, this is how this works. If there is one tiny patch of ice on one tiny road that no one uses, the school buses will say, "We ain't driving," and everything shuts down.
Oh my God,
No joke.
that's
But
crazy.
see, here we get really bad ice storms, and those suck. I think
Yeah, the ice is more
yeah,
dangerous. Ice is
mhm,
yeah,
more dangerous than like snow, for
it
sure.
is because it's heavier. It pulls down the lines. My
Yeah.
mom went through that for a couple of weeks
it
without
sucks.
power and stuff. Oh
I
yeah,
mean, it looks beautiful. Yeah, I mean, after it's done, it looks beautiful. Everything is,
Mhm.
icicles and on the bare trees. But yeah, it'll take down all the power lines. It takes,
It'll blow transformers,
yep.
which always makes you think that an explosion just happened of like violent proportions
mhm,
outside your house. You go out ready to call 911 thinking somebody just fired a fucking cannon and you realize that it was the transformer that blew.
yeah.
Mm, I can't. Oh Lord, no. I can't deal with tornadoes. Like I go into immediate panic mode.
Well, I've never experienced a tornado. You know,
Lucky.
yeah, the most we get here, is we can get hurricanes, but there,
Mhm.
hasn't been one that's affected Pennsylvania for I don't know when, for how long. But I remember when I was younger, we had a hurricane. It wasn't a bad hurricane. It was going to be like a category 4 or even a 3. And I remember,
That's
what
a bad one.
yeah, I was waiting for it to come so that I could watch, to see the eye of the storm coming, the eye of the hurricane and everything. It was kind of cool because it didn't do any harm. You know what I mean? It was a small hurricane. So, but it
Mhm.
was seeing how the whole hurricane worked, that was exciting to me. But
Right.
I've never been in a bad hurricane, so I can't say what that even feels like.
See, I've
Oh,
never been a victim of a tornado. Like, I am terrified of them, but I've never actually been a property victim of them or a health victim of the tornado, but they're still terrifying to me.
well, in Hurricane Charlie, we watched our neighbor's house explode
Oh God.
from the pressure.
Wow.
Yeah, it just went in pieces. And I had a 168-pound Rottweiler at the time, and he just kept doing the low growl through it. This storm lasted. It was about 115-mile-an-hour winds for 45 minutes, and he just did the low growl the whole time because our ears were killing us. We had to open, we had to crack some windows and get some kind of airflow because it was bearing down. I mean, I think a tornado might have went through our, like, between our houses. So,
So, the last time I streamed, we talked about Alexander Hamilton's letter in 1772. He was 15 years old. Anyway, no, he was 19. And when the locals read the letter, this is when they decided to raise money for him to send him to the States so he could get an education. And Evelyn just said, whenever I hear the word hurricane, that's all I think about. So listen to just this first paragraph of how he described the hurricane. So he says, "Honored sir," he's actually writing his father, but they have no connection, so he's very proper with him. "Honored sir, I take up my pen just to give you an imperfect account of the most dreadful hurricane that memory or any records whatsoever can trace, which happened here on the 31st ultimo at night. It began about dusk at north and raged very violently until 10 o'clock. Then ensued a sudden and unexpected interval, which lasted about an hour. Meanwhile, the wind was shifting round to the southwest point, from whence it returned with redoubled fury, and continued so till near the 3 o'clock in the morning. Good God, what a horror and destruction! Is it impossible for me to describe, or you to form any idea of it? It seemed as if a total dissolution of nature was happening. The roar of the sea and wind, fiery meteors flying about in the air, the prodigious glare of an almost perpetual lightning, the crash of the falling houses, and the ear-piercing shrieks of the distressed were sufficient to strike astonishment into angels. A great part of the buildings throughout the island were leveled to the ground, almost all the rest very much shattered, and several persons were killed, and several more were utterly ruined. Whole families running about the streets, unknowing where to find a place to take shelter, the sick exposed to the keenness of water and air without a bed to lie upon or a dry covering to their bodies. Our harbor is now entirely bare. In a word, misery in all its most hideous shapes spread over the whole face of the country. A strong smell of gunpowder added somewhat to the terrors of the night, and it was observed that the rain was surprisingly salty. Indeed, the water is so brackish and full of sulfur that there is no drinking it. That was just the first paragraph.
Wow. And can you imagine if I wonder what Alexander Hamilton would think of the fact that there is a musical on Broadway about his life, and
He would
that
love it.
I mean, really, I still can't stop thinking about Hamilton. I mean, it was just the best musical that I've ever seen, but I was thinking, that's what I was thinking. I wonder what he would think about. Well, now I guess I can understand by you reading that why Lynn Manuel
Mhm.
Miranda got so enthralled in reading his life story and
Right.
decided to do that because of the way he wrote. See,
Mhm.
I really didn't know much about Alexander Hamilton. Just like the rest of us, we knew he was on a $10 bill. We knew some things, blah blah blah, Revolutionary War, but we didn't really know about his life. And this musical
Mhm.
is, it just tells a story so wonderful. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
So, to answer your question, he would love it because he was a narcissist number one.
Yeah.
And he thought he was right about everything, number 2, and 9 times out of 10 he was. In fact, Aaron Burr really did regret shooting him and regretted that until the last day of his life.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
Aaron Burr was his best friend,
Mhm.
and Aaron Burr got all salty and shady about shit because, I mean, let's face it, Hamilton was a fucking genius.
Yep.
He created our economy with
Yeah,
his own
he
hands.
certainly did.
And I think my favorite line from then is in Burn when Eliza, which was his wife, said, you built me palaces out of paragraphs, you built cathedrals. And I think that was really kind of shown in his letter about the hurricane, about how eloquently he could write and how
Mhm.
he could just build that scene. So for her to say, "You built me palaces out of paragraphs," it really kind of compounds that and makes it even more true.
Mhm.
Um, but then in the very last song, um, right before Eliza dies, spoiler alert, but history told us both that they died, so you should know that. So,
Right,
um,
right. Everybody knows that.
Thanks. Thanks.
she
I
said
really
that.
appreciate that.
Yep, you're welcome. You're welcome. She said that you wrote thousands of letters. You wrote like you were running out of time at all times. And he started his career at 19 years old. He was named Secretary of the Treasury.
Yes.
19
Amazing.
years old.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Mhm. And not only that, George Washington was not only one of his best friends, but actually one of his admirers. Not love connection admirer, but like
Yeah.
he was very intrigued with Hamilton's mind.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an amazing story. It makes me sad that most people don't realize that he was never a president.
Right.
And so I can see where the confusion comes in, but good God, where's our education system going to?
Are you a
Well,
teacher?
yeah.
Am I a teacher?
Uh-huh.
No.
Oh, you sound like you would be a good one.
Oh, but I would kill every kid
Right,
in my
guys? I
class.
mean, she tells a good story.
Yeah.
I like
There's a reason I'm not a teacher, and that's because I don't want to go to jail.
Well, yeah,
I'd
I
kill
hear you on that one. Mm.
right.
I have kids, I know.
I was 12 when my twin sisters were born. I was 2 when my twin brothers were born. I have enough of badass kids to last me a lifetime.
Wait, you have 2 sets of twins
Yep,
in your
both
family?
born naturally, no fertility medication.
Wow.
Oh, fuck that.
Wow. That's like 2 for the price of 1, boom, boom, right there. That's if I was gonna have more kids, I would wanna do it that way.
But you know
Oh,
what? That's
yeah.
what my mother said. My mother said, "I had you, and that was great. That was wonderful.
Mhm.
But I had to constantly entertain you. When your brothers were born, I didn't have to do shit because they entertained each other."
Also, it's so amazing. Hamilton,
Mm,
when it went to the UK,
mhm.
when it originally went to the UK, I don't. I think that they didn't know how it was going to be accepted because let's
Because of
face
King
it,
George.
yeah, well, because of King George and the whole Revolutionary War and whatnot. But the people in the UK love it. They love it. I mean, it took off there like
Mhm,
wildfire. So it's that kind of a story that it doesn't matter if it's American history or not.
mhm.
Um, People just love it, and you actually learn. You learn from this play.
Well, the other thing is that if you think about it, they don't really mention it in Hamilton, but if you've seen Hamilton, and I know you know this, Diane, because you probably know it from history, but during this time, King George was going insane, and I don't mean that in a way to insult him. He was clinically sliding into insanity. And everyone in England knew that. There's actually a book and a movie called The Madness of King George.
Oh,
He
I
would
didn't
shit
really
in
know
his
that.
own home.
I didn't know that.
This king, by the time he died, he was in the habit of during a conversation with someone, he would just pull down his pants and take a shit wherever he stood.
Oh my God.
And this is highly notated. This is highly notated.
That I did
So,
not know. I
uh,
did not know that.
yep. And
I
so
can't.
when he says in the lyrics, he says, and then King George goes around and runs a spending spree. He ain't never going to let his descendants free, so there will be a revolution in this century. Okay, so that's what they're
I
saying.
can't stop laughing.
About the shit?
Yeah, I
Well,
think it's the
He
the
would.
Benadryl, maybe. I don't know.
the character of King George III in the musical comes off. I mean, if you just listen to the lyrics,
Mhm.
Evelyn just put in, "I'll send you a fully armed
Yep.
battalion to remind you of my love." The way that the actor is portraying him is actually hilarious. But he's telling you, "I'm going to kill you and all your family."
Right, because the last line of that song is, "I will kill your friends and family to
Yes,
remind you of my love."
yes. I mean, it's
Oh,
hysterical.
wow.
So, and the first time I had seen a clip of that, it was actually on YouTube before I ever got to see the play. And it was from the original cast, and the guy who did it originally,
He was brilliant.
he was brilliant. And although listen, here's the thing about this play: you don't have to have a star in it. A lot of people go to see certain Broadway plays because there's a star in it. This is the
Mhm.
kind of play; it doesn't matter who's in it. It's just an ensemble cast, and everybody is playing a part, and they're
Mhm.
just so fabulous. You don't care if there's a star in
Right.
it or not.
You
No
mean,
one
like, going to Broadway, but like I did to go see Les Mis because I would do very, 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 very bad things to Colm Wilkinson?
would probably, yep.
Yeah, okay. Okay, got understood. Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? Like Les Mis, I've seen Les Mis about 10 times.
Me too, it's
I
my favorite play.
It was my favorite until I saw Hamilton.
It has to remain my favorite. It is my old school favorite. I have been told that, and I know I could be an understudy for any person in this play. And if you haven't seen Les Mis, that is a lot of people.
Oh yeah, and it's also, look, Hamilton is a 3-hour play. So was Les Mis, a very long play. And yeah, I had the soundtrack to Les Mis before I even got to see it. That's what I do. I go out and buy the soundtracks, and I learn every word to every musical.
Mhm.
It's just crazy.
Do you know that I actually got my first stint in college? I actually got a voice scholarship. I was a voice minor, and I got that scholarship by singing. Well, first I sang an Italian song, "Chi ve la Cinderella," and then I sang Fontine's song.
Uh huh.
And in the very beginning of Fontine's song, "I Dreamed a Dream," you have to do. Most people skip that part and
The
they go
talking
right to the
part.
piano part.
Yeah,
You
the talking.
have to do that whole beginning without
Yes.
a piano,
Yep.
and it must all remain on the same note, and that is so incredibly
It
hard.
is. It is absolutely right.
Can you still sing that?
I can.
Can you
Why
do
don't you
it
sing it?
for us? I want to hear it.
Okay. Okay, it has
I
to be
love that
quiet.
song. I love that
Okay.
song.
Okay, I'm gonna mute.
Okay, go ahead, girly. I want to hear it. I love it.
Let me hold on one second. Oh, okay. Give me just one second, okay? Uno segundo. Okay. This is probably gonna sound horrible, but we're gonna try. Mm, 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 mm. Come on, man. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my microphone. Give me one second. Okay. Okay, here we go. There was a time when men were kind. God, it sounds horrible. When their voices were soft and their words inviting. There was a time when love was blind and the world was a song and the song was exciting. There was a time, then it all went wrong. Okay, I'm only going to do the next chorus because this song is long. I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. No more.
What?
That was
More?
Yeah,
beautiful.
I
Wow.
want to hear. Listen, I want to hear that power note.
I am blown away.
You mean the last
Do
note?
it.
Yes,
Do
I
it.
want to hear at the
Okay.
very end of the song. Go to the end of the song. I want to hear the end.
Okay, hold on.
You did awesome, so don't
Oh
even.
no, she did. I just want to hear the end of the song.
Beautiful. Yeah.
It's just
Okay, I'm
my
muting.
husband's asleep, so the power note won't be as powerful. Okay, hold
Okay.
on. I'm gonna lead up with the first verse of that. Then I was young and unafraid, and dreams were made and used and wasted. There was no ransom to be paid, no song unsung, no wine untasted. But the tigers come at night. I can't hit that note. With their voices soft as thunder, as they tear your hope apart, as they turn your dream to shame. He slept a summer by my side. He filled my days with endless wonder. He took my childhood in his stride, but he was gone when autumn came. And still I dream he'll come to me, and we will live the years together. But there are dreams that cannot be, and there are storms we cannot weather. I had a dream my life would be so different from this hell I'm living, so different now from what it seemed. Now life has killed the dream I dream. Finito.
Yay!
Aww. I feel so.
Bravo!
Thank you.
I love that song. That's one of my
Wow.
favorite songs from. Well, I have a lot of songs from Les Mis that I love. But you know what's so weird? Tonight I found this channel by accident. It's a vocal coach that will take. Sometimes he takes fan videos for him to talk about and critique their singing. And then
Mhm.
sometimes he goes to, really good singers, excellent singers like stars like Christina Aguilera. He talks about how they're going from their head to their chest voice and all that kind of stuff. And he sings fabulous. And guess what? I listened to him sing tonight. He's a song from Les Mis. So I should give you his channel. It's great. He has a great channel. The guy is fantastic.
Everybody in chat is blown away. Are you
Mm,
seeing this? I mean,
Thank
I am
you.
like,
It's a
what?
real
Okay,
hard
so
song.
what? Wait, what? Why aren't you in theater? What's going on? What are you doing?
It's really hard
Right?
to make money in theater unless you're the star.
Okay, I don't see a problem with you.
Oh,
Come on.
Evelyn and Diane, you all know the song in Hamilton, which was the hardest for anyone to learn because of the breath marks. For those of you that don't know music, breath marks is like a little comma when you're singing. It tells you when to take a breath to keep the music flowing.
Right.
It was the hardest song ever to memorize, to learn anything. Satisfied, which is the song that Eliza's sister sings
Yep.
at her wedding. So this is for Evelyn, okay? And then I swear I'm not going to sing anymore.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, hold on. I remember that night, I just might regret that night for the rest of my days. I remember those soldier boys tripping over themselves to win our praise. I remember that dream like candlelight, like a dream that you can't quite place. But Alexander, I'll never forget the first time I saw your face. I have never been the same. Intelligent eyes in a hunger paying frame. And when you said hi, I forgot my dang name. Set my heart aflame, every part aflame. This is not a game. But that is not the hard part. Hold
Okay.
on. I'm not a rapper. I want everyone to know that. Okay? Okay. So this is what it feels like to match wits with someone at your level. What the hell is the catch? It's the feeling of freedom, of seeing the light. It's Ben Franklin with a key and a kite. You see it, right? The conversation lasted 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. Everything we said in total agreement. It's a dream and it's a bit of a dance, a bit of a posture. It's a bit of a stance. He's a bit of a flirt, but I'm gonna give him a chance. I asked about his family. Did you see his answer? His hands started fidgeting, looked askance. He's penniless. He's flying by the seat of his pants. Handsome boy, does he know it? Peach fuzz, and he can't even grow it. I want to take him far away from this place. Then I turn to see my sister's face, and she is helpless. Okay, sorry. That song's so hard to memorize.
All of them. I mean, listen, the ones with the rap, even the very first song, Hamilton, that's hard. I mean, when he put those words together, he put them, it's a lot of words. It's a lot of words into a small space. So it's really, really hard to do. Super hard.
Oh.
You'd have been sitting on this little nugget for a while.
Uh-huh.
That's because I don't like the way I sound through most things, and I don't have a monitor in my ear, so I can't really hear myself.
I'm not
You
really good at this,
sound
but I'm the most talented person here. Oh my god.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Thank you guys.
No,
Evelyn.
I love
You're
musicals.
probably going to get hit up for YouTube jingles now.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
Right.
No
That's
way.
right. You're gonna have to do YouTube jingles.
No way.
I had to do that.
You can have hold on. So my heart's racing, y'all. I'm used to singing in front of an audience, not like just personally. So I don't really know any of the people in the audience,
Well, I would think it would be easier to sing. Listen, when I used to go out, for the very first time that I ever sang in public was at a bar. It was a restaurant, and then on Tuesday nights they used to have this guy used to come in who really had a great voice, but he used to do like impersonations. He would
Mhm.
sing a song by like Kenny Rogers, let's say, and he would sound like Kenny Rogers. I mean,
Nice.
spot on, spot on. And he would bring like this really expensive equipment. So one day I went up to him and I said, listen, on a Tuesday night, would you let me go up and sing? And he told me yes. So I had to go home and practice because it wasn't karaoke. We didn't have, he didn't have a karaoke machine. So I'd have to go home and I'd have to memorize every single word to whatever song I was going to sing. The first time that I got up and I sang in front of people, I thought I was going to faint. I thought I was going to faint. I felt all the blood rushing around in me. But after that, I was fine with it. And then you couldn't stop me. I mean, I was like, karaoke all over the place.
The difference with when I was a voice minor, which when you would go out, because when you did your final, you had to perform for the art board, you had to perform for the dean, and then you had to perform for your classmates. So like they would pack the auditorium, and even if it was just like a concert, like it wouldn't scare me because I'm not going to see these people. We're going to get on stage, we're going to do our stuff, and we're going to leave, right?
Right.
So when you're on an intimate level with people that know you, it's kind of like, oh, there she goes singing again, like she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
So it gets kind of nerve-wracking that way, but I guess that's just another way to look at it.
No, just give them the middle finger and tell them to,
You want to hear something? When I was 10 years old, it was my first performance in a play. I had the leading role. Well, against Robin Hood, I was made Marian. And let me tell you, I can still remember it. I took it so serious that I memorized every word that was mine, every word that was his. And what happened was he got messed. Okay, it's the performance. My mother is in the audience, and
Mhm.
he skipped over a whole part of his monologue. Okay, he skipped over the whole thing, and right there, because I'm 10, I'm not professional. I said to him right in the middle of the play, I said, "You did it wrong." I said, okay, so my teacher is sitting off to the to the side of the stage. She's on a chair, laughing her head off. She's probably only like in her 20s. Everybody starts roaring. It was the craziest thing because I was mad. He messed up. He messed up my whole thing. Like he messed up my whole gig in the play. It was hysterical.
Hey, Diane, Sesame and Kayla both want to hear you sing.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Oh my god! Now you want me to sing too?
Come on, you can do it.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, what song should I sing?
You've got to have a favorite that you just always end up singing
Yeah, what's your go-to? What's the
Mm,
go-to? In the shower?
in the shower.
oh my god! Oh my god! I have a lot of songs that I sing. I'm like crazy. I sing all the time. I sing in the car. I annoy people. I have to be honest with you. I annoy people with my singing.
I
The
sing all the
only,
time too.
the only, my biggest fans were always and still is my mother. Everything that I did, my mother thought was perfect. Even when I took piano lessons and I would play the same song over and over and over again, she would be in the kitchen. She'd say, "That sounds beautiful, Diane." I mean, she's been like my biggest fan, and my sister, my sister,
Mhm.
she just, I mean, I can't even talk about her now, but she was really my biggest fan. Oh, I don't know what to sing right now. Let me think. I have to think of a song that I'm going to be able to remember every single word to because I don't have anything in front of me to fall back on. Let me think. I'll think.
Do, 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 do,
I
do,
was
do.
just gonna say play Jeopardy.
No,
Play the
no. I
song.
mean, let me think of a song and just talk.
You
And then
can
when I
sing.
I know, but she started humming Jeopardy while I was gonna say that. That's just weird. Do do do. Oh.
well, if I sing, the whole internet is gonna, critique me. You know that because
do you?
everything that I say gets heard and critiqued.
But do you care really?
No, I don't care.
Diane,
Don't.
do you remember the Telephone Man song?
The Telephone Man song?
And
Which
the
one is it?
fingers did the walking on the telephone man.
Oh my god.
Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't either.
Nice save, nice save. I don't think she caught on.
See, when I did karaoke, I would sometimes pick the craziest songs to sing. Songs that you would never expect me to sing,
Well,
like in public.
like what? Like
Oh, I one time I had the nerve when I was out doing karaoke to sing I Touch Myself.
Oh god.
Dang it.
Bet the
I
senior citizens were real excited that
I
night.
swear to God, I sang that out at karaoke. But what? Most people are drunk, so they don't really care. I wasn't drunk, and I actually had the nerve to sing that song. It
Oh
was
my
there, so I sang
she's gonna bust out with Darlin' Nikki any minute.
it.
god.
And I have been known to sing some really crazy songs. And that was one of them. I
Baby
remember
got
I
back.
remember it.
I want to hear you sing I Touch Myself.
Oh my god. Come on, Diane, do it.
Oh my god.
You gotta give them some material for the next stream.
I know, right? That'll be their next board meeting, right?
Sing
Right.
the asshole song. I love that one. That'll give them something.
All
I'll do the harmony.
right, I'm gonna look up something. Okay, keep talking. I'm gonna look up something on the internet to see if I can find because I
Not
don't
on the internet.
know. I mean, I can't remember the words to every song.
It's funny because, like, most of the karaoke I do now is in Korean, so and, like, Koreans are known to be the masters of ballads, like,
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I just love hearing old Bear sing "Jesus Loves Me." That
No, she did
What?
not.
oh yeah, and "To Him Below."
Wait, oh my god. When did that happen?
It's been months, but I've been to therapy a few times after that. I don't know. How do you mess that up?
Oh
Sometimes
my
you just need
God.
drugs.
I am totally not high enough for this conversation.
Evelyn.
You're
Evelyn's on
you
a roll out here.
what'd she say?
Evelyn's on a roll. She says, "Sing, I want your sex."
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to sing that.
I want to
Sing
hear
Cocoa
her do
Takes
"Darling
Waterfall.
Nikki" if she's going to do that one. By Prince.
Oh my god.
I'm going to find. Oh,
Evelyn.
damn.
Have you seen the picture circulating Twitter? Oh lordy.
Which one?
You know,
Oh, 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 I know.
where you
Okay.
digging for gold and you don't know you're on a live stream.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, no one
Oh
eat at their house.
God.
It's bound to be filled with boogers.
And maggots.
Yeah, but there was another picture of somebody, I'm not going to mention their name on here, but there was also another picture of a guy who had his finger up his nose. I don't know what that was about.
Can't be nothing good, that's for sure.
Yeah, I have no clue. I don't, someone took this, I guess they took a screenshot and I don't even get it. I don't know why he was doing it, but, and they,
And then there was a butt crack picture going around that just totally killed me. I mean, I was dead after that for a while.
Speaking to us from the grave, are you?
I am. Let's see, Tammy K, something like that. Tammy with a K on Twitter. I'm gonna get her.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she sent that to me, and I did. I liked it. I was eating at the time, and I liked to choked. My husband's behind me, like looking too, and he did the same thing. He's like, "Oh my god."
So I'm going to say one word, and I want to see if anyone knows about the subject I definitely want to make fun of.
go ahead.
Does anyone know the true definition of sex trafficking?
Uh, well,
Roadhead?
I think I do. Yes.
I would like to point out that that was a poorly constructed sentence. I do not wish to make fun of sex trafficking, but yeah. Anyone watch that special little tidbit of a video today?
Nope.
Yes,
I
I
may
did.
have missed that, but yeah.
Yeah.
I missed it. I think I'm good missing it.
Jenna, I will send you that later.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. You will thank me.
And
Again and
also, you'll
again.
need some ointment for how hard you roll your eyes.
Yeah,
I tell you the amount of fun we have. How can you not watch?
I haven't even been bothering lately. I've just been like watching other videos, gameplay
She's
videos.
left us for her
I'm like,
car.
actually, no. I've been home a lot. I'm
Oh
just like, okay, I'm ignoring everybody now.
Did you find the lyrics, Diane?
no, I can't find the lyrics. Where is Sesame? Where is
I'm
Sesame?
right here.
I know. No, I meant to say, where's Alyssa tonight?
I don't know. She keeps doing this to me. She cannot leave me unattended long. I don't know.
I know, and she was up last night.
Yeah, I think our hours have gotten off track. I don't know.
I'm just waiting for her to come in here and drag you out, like just fussing at you the whole way.
She'd get up here with us. But I don't know if we want her up here right now because she's been kind of angry
Yeah,
lately.
yeah, I
She's all
noticed
right
it.
though.
She is. She is. But
I think
she better get better by ladies' night. That's all I'm saying.
Tell you,
Who,
she is angry. Ooh.
it's
who
all just
is?
so very shady. Lissa.
Oh, yeah.
It's just I don't know.
Well, she had her birthday, and she's been doing stuff. So
I am not going to have any more birthdays. I am perpetually 30 for the rest of my life.
No,
Yes.
no, no, Minnie, you're leveling up from now on.
I stopped at
Oh, okay.
26.
Well, that's the best thing to do is just cut yourself off at some point.
You gotta have you gotta show some responsibility.
I have children older than myself now.
Oh man.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
Wait. Oh, I get it. Never mind. My brain went to.
And I'm the
Yeah,
one
I
that's
will,
doing
Sassy.
Benadryl over here, you
I'm
guys.
trying to figure out how that one works.
I was like, wait, what? Are they adopted? What?
I was
Frozen
very
herself in the garden? What's going on?
Hey, who watches The Walking Dead? Who watches this?
I watched it for like the first 2 seasons.
I
Well,
never watched it ever.
it's
Yeah, I
coming back on Sunday night, and they say that Rick is going to this will be his last, I don't know, episode, or
He's got to
I
go
don't
see.
know.
He's got to go see Carl in heaven.
Coral?
wait, Coral
Carl.
Dog?
Coral? Mm.
How long has that show been on?
Oh my,
Forever and ever.
yeah.
I mean, how long can you talk about zombies for real?
Right.
That show just really freaked me out. I had bad dreams and everything with this show.
Well, see, here's the problem. When they got Michonne wrong, everyone rioted, including me, because I used to read the actual comics. They got a lot wrong.
Yeah.
Is it a show that is actually worth watching? Like if I found it on Hulu or something like that and I wanted to go back to season one, is it something that really is worth
My
watching?
opinion, seasons 1, 2, and 3 were incredible. After that, I lost interest real heavy.
I
Okay,
don't know if I could get it from I can't go back to the start and watch it. I just picked it up a few years ago, and uh, no, I don't think I could.
The
I
most
mean,
important question is if is Daryl still around in the
Yeah,
series?
yeah,
yep.
he's still
Oh,
there.
good, good. That's the important thing.
Yeah, sexy Daryl.
can you give me a little synopsis? I mean, okay, Walking Dead, but can you give
Zombies.
me? Okay, so how did it start off though? Like, how
Well,
does the show start off? What's the opening of this show?
I think wasn't it Rick had an accident,
Well,
and
Rick's a
don't people
cop,
think
and
he was asleep?
Rick was a cop, and he got injured in the line of duty. It's so hard that he was in a coma for months.
Mhm.
And when he woke up, there was nobody at the hospital. No one. And it was clear he had been there by himself for a very long time. And when he went around the corner, the spoiler alert, when he went around the corner, he saw a door that says do not open, and he heard growling,
Oh God.
and motherfucker opened it because that's what you do.
Well, you had
And
to. He had to because there would be no show if he didn't.
uh,
Okay, so
Yeah.
he opened the door.
oh my god,
Notice there's
Diane,
no
you sound
shows
like my
about me
daddy.
'cause I wouldn't have opened it. No.
Because I'll ask my daddy something. Why did they do that? My daddy will look at me and shrug and go, "Cause it's in the script."
Exactly. Well, yeah, there'd be no show if they didn't open the door.
But and then like he finds out that he doesn't know whether or not his wife and son are alive. And they think he's dead because everybody was evacuated or whatever. And I want to remind you that traffic in Atlanta during filming this was horrendous. So I might be a little bitter about it.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
Oh, it's bad anyway. Ugh.
yeah.
So
And
he wasn't he at this point he had just come out of a coma, so he was still alive. He wasn't like the
right.
Walking Dead at that
And
point.
he had no idea what was going on.
Okay.
None. But yeah, that's the premise.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll try it. See if I like it. I'm always late to the show on everything.
Well, it's not bad. I mean, it just goes through different scenarios, of them getting along with people, making a community, and then having to move and having to fight these others, and it's that's what it's basically
Hold
like.
on one second. Ash, I love you to death, darling. I don't care what kind of business it is. All that bitch had to do was say, no, thank you. That's all she had to say. She didn't have to put it out in the open. She didn't have to play a private message. She didn't have to do any of that. All she had to say was, no, thank you. Period. That was it.
Okay, what am I missing here?
Fucking Tammy.
Oh, oh. Listen, this whole
Yeah, I'm gonna stay out of that one though. I don't
yeah,
have anything to say.
I at this point, I think that the other person that's involved in it, you know, she needs to do what she needs to do, and she probably is, and I don't know if it's something that we should,
Mm-mm.
you know,
I'm
bring.
not talking about that.
Yeah.
That's not my business. I'm talking about the video she's been putting out.
Yeah. I don't even know what that. I don't know why she's.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not going to talk on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Silverwings. Here's what I'm going to say on that. You know, I feel like I've seen some other people say that they don't trust her, but I can tell you from a conversation that I had with her that everything that she told me, she was able to prove. That's all I'm going to say.
You know, another show that they didn't keep with history was the Vikings. That
I
was
love the Vikings.
I do too. Oh my, but when Ragnar died, no. I
You
just
know, the guy, Ragnar's brother or whatever,
mhm.
the crazy guy?
Oh God, what's his name now? I
I
can't think
can't
of it.
remember. But do you know who his real brother is?
I'll be back in a second.
Okay,
Okay.
Diane. His real brother is Alexander Skarsgård, who
Yep.
is Eric from True Blood.
Yep.
No, I don't guess I've watched that.
Oh my god, he's so pretty. I can't take it. He was Tarzan in the new Tarzan remake.
So very
Okay.
pretty.
Okay.
hmm The
Ragnar
chest.
is like, oh my God. Mm,
Ragnar looks like Charlie Hunnam so hardcore I thought it was him when I first watched
mm.
it. And this is coming from a very obsessed Sons of Anarchy fan.
But they strayed so far from the
They did.
history. I hated that. I hate when they do that. I want them to keep with history, and they can. What's the big deal?
Well, here's the thing. Lots of Vikings, their records were not actually written down. So, and then you go on the history where they invaded England. Okay, I get that. And Ragnar was completely different from what they made him out to be.
Mhm.
But typically, if we think about it, real history doesn't sell.
Right.
So
And
they
his
gotta
backgrounds
hype
were
it up.
very different too.
His what?
His sons were different from, real history.
Yeah. I mean, he did have Ivar the Boneless, I guess. Um but he was not put out to die and he could walk on his legs.
Yeah, yeah.
But
The boneless. Ivar the boneless. Is that who you're
Ash, I agree with you. All I'm saying is all she had to do was say no thank you and move on. What she did was childish. I don't care what was said to her. The woman wasn't saying I'm coming to pick you up at 3, you're kidnapped, you belong to me now, mwahaha. She was just like, "Hey yo, what's up? I want to tell you something." All she had to do was say, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on there, so I'm gonna sit that one out.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well,
Anyway,
I think I know what you're talking about now. If is it about a dom?
yeah.
Okay, I've known a lot of people in that lifestyle over the years, and I've never heard of them come out with, "Hey, you get this much money and this much and this much." That's not what kind of a relationship that is. I mean, the other part to me would is shady. The one that I heard about is shady. I hope
Mm,
people stay far away from that. That doesn't
I
sound
don't know.
that
I
did
just
not
have
sound
I have a
right.
bad taste in my mouth for her, so
Yeah. But there are some people who are dom and they don't go all out. It's just their lifestyle and they live it usually isolated pretty much.
Ash, darling, I don't think she's bad for turning down that job. I think she's smart for turning down the job. I don't think anybody is right, but I also don't think no matter what happens, we we've got to stop showing DMs. We gotta start handling shit in private.
I don't think that was a job though. That's creepy what I heard.
Well, but what people are saying is, why didn't you take the job offer? That's what they're saying.
That's not a
Because
job
nobody
offer.
knew.
That's
Because
gross.
nobody knew. And so, Tammy, I don't know.
I mean, when they're
It didn't
telling
sit
you
right with me.
the liquor stocked and you get so much what? No, no. That's not
Right. No, I agree with that. I just think
yeah.
this whole shady business of playing recordings and giving out, I'm
Yeah,
just so sick of the word DM and doxing and
yeah, I'm trying to stay far away from it because it's not my business, and I wasn't there, and, I don't
right.
know, but I did hear about the dom part, and I was like, that's more of a perverted kinda thing, so,
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just so sick of most people online these days.
Yeah, Ash, that's a good word, escort. It sounds like an escort thing, yeah.
All right, I'm back. Minnie, can I ask you a question? What is the name of the book on Hamilton that you're reading from?
It's a website.
Huh?
It was a website. Do you want me to link you?
Oh, okay. Because now I feel like I want to get, even if it's an Audible book, just to listen to, the biography of
Hold on.
Alexander
I can
Hamilton.
get you the name of the book that Lin Manuel read. Hold on one second.
Oh, yeah, get me that one. See if it's on Amazon. There's one here called Alexander Hamilton, Founding Father, the real story of his life, his loves, and his death.
Let's see what it says. The book that inspired Hamilton. Let's see.
I know, right, Jenna? Get her to sing.
It's
She's
by,
totally went off
huh?
track.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Diane. It's by Ron
Maybe.
Chernow, which is
Okay.
Chernow, and I think
It's
it's
just
just
called
called.
Alexander. Okay, they have it. It's just called
Okay,
Alexander Hamilton.
correct.
Okay, they have it. Oh, cool. All right. No, because now I'm really interested in, hearing more about him.
I mean,
The
I see what
founding
you guys are
father of
saying. I
the
really, really do. But I guess I'm just gonna have to be the odd man out. I don't think anybody was right in that situation at all, period. And I do not think for a single second that she did that with only one intention, and that was to warn people. I don't think that's why she did that.
Okay. So who are you talking about now?
I'm just saying that I understand why they're not like, what am I saying?
I'm not gonna weigh in on it at all
I
because
know, I'm just
nobody's
saying
on
I'm just
top of
saying
it.
I understand why you guys think it was the right thing to do, but I mean, we all have to think what we think, and I think it wasn't the right thing to do.
No.
So
I have
that's
no
all.
opinion, so don't know. I have no opinion on it.
Not you guys, them in the chat,
Okay.
because
All
they're
right.
talking about it. But anyway, yeah, that I haven't read that book. I have another Hamilton book that I will gladly send you, Diane, if you want to read it.
Yeah, I'm just really interested in learning more about him. I mean, we did learn a lot about him from, the play.
Mhm.
But we didn't hear actual, like, the letter that he wrote. I would like to hear more about him on a
Right.
personal level.
Hi, Janie.
Hi,
Yeah,
Janie. Everyone's waiting for Janie and Nippy to come back, and I think
it's
they're coming
tomorrow,
back
right?
tonight. Well, it's
Everyone right now is waiting for Diane to sing.
Well, I was just thinking that,
True.
you know what? I was thinking about singing a song from Evita. Um,
I love you, Vita.
but when I left, to be honest with you, when I left the room, and I left here, you couldn't hear me, but I was seeing if I remembered the words. So I was actually singing it, but I had, if I can't remember the song, I'm not, the words, then I don't want to mess up and sound like an
Yeah, I
idiot.
hate that.
Right.
So,
I hate when I can't remember the words to something. Yeah.
yeah, me too. Oh,
I love
Evita.
Evita too.
You know, when I went to see Evita, I really didn't know much about her. It was not something that, we talked about as part of our history. So I really didn't know too much. And I think that was the only musical that I ever went to that I didn't have the soundtrack ahead of time.
Mm.
So when I got there and read the synopsis, I was like, really, this is what it's about. So I really wasn't able to follow along all that well the first time, but the music really got me. So of course, then I bought the soundtrack and then I learned all the songs, and then I went back to see it numerous times. So then I understood, and then of course I, did some research on Ava Perón and got to understand more about the story. It's really a fascinating story.
My grandmother was alive when that. Oh, she still is. Thank God. Knock on wood. Okay, I've knocked. But she was saying that, and this is what most people know from that era. Evita was not a good person.
No, she wasn't. She was a scam artist. She was a con. She took from the people. She
She
pretended.
ran her husband.
Oh yeah, she took. She wanted to run. She wanted to run for president. And the ironic thing about it is when she died and he remarried. I'm pretty sure his next wife did. I'm not sure if she became president or not, but yeah, she pretended like she was giving to the poor, but she was putting money and money and money upon money in Swiss bank accounts. I mean,
Right.
really.
Oh yeah, Evelyn. She was a con. She was also very rude to all of her servants. I believe there was an account of her beating one of the child servants. And not only that, she was a hooker. And
Right. When she was younger, yeah.
and then Juan Perón, which was her husband, he was a general, a lieutenant.
Yes. When she met him, I think when she met him, let me see from the song now. Lieutenant. Colonel,
Colonel
Colonel.
Perón. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's the thing that a lot of people would get upset about
We
is
know history from a musical.
there ain't nothing wrong with that. However you learn is good. Um, there was a lot of talk back then about how Juan Perón actually allowed her to run the country. He didn't try to stop her, so he was kind of seen as a pussy excuses situation. Um,
Oh yeah, well
and
the army laughed at him. The army
mhm,
thought he was a pussy. They
and they
laughed
said
at
they
him.
would not listen to a whore.
Right.
And then when she passed, he had her embalmed and kept her with him until the police came and said, "Dude, you got to put her back."
Well,
Oh,
he was
that's
exiled. He was exiled
Mhm.
eventually from.
And the funny thing is Madonna and the entire crew was also banned from going back to Argentina.
No, don't ruin my
Oh,
Wednesday.
and speaking of the movie Evita, I actually liked that. I enjoyed it because I don't usually like when they came out with the musical movie of Les Mis. I wasn't impressed with that, but I did enjoy Madonna playing Evita and
She
what
did a really good job.
she did do a good job.
But do you know that she said, you know the part where she's dying
Yes,
and well, she was actually sick for that. And if you combine the fact that she was sick and she was in a depressing scene and she was in that bed all day long for 2 days filming that scene, no one knew she was pregnant but her.
right. She was pregnant. Right.
And she lost that baby
Yeah.
because of that scene.
Well, I know that other women were supposed to play that part. I don't know what happened. I think Meryl Streep was supposed to play the part. Madonna was never offered the part. She had to go and make that movie herself. No one
She
wanted
wanted
her.
to. Yeah,
Yeah,
like she was desperate for it.
yeah, she was desperate.
But
They did. She did do a good job. I did enjoy it. I would, I'm glad it's available to watch because there is no like if you want to see Les Mis, you can go on YouTube and you can see,
mhm.
the 25th anniversary or whatever, and the whole cast comes out from different.
I
Uh,
think you should all watch the 10-year anniversary because that's where my boo is, Cole Wilkinson. He may be
yes,
old, but he's Irish and beautiful, and he hits
yeah,
them high notes, girls.
yeah,
Yes,
and
he does.
yeah, there's the 10-year anniversary and the 25th, so you can watch either one. Either one is great, and it's like actually being,
Your
you know,
choices are: do you want to watch Cole Wilkinson or do you want to watch the kid from One Direction?
Oh God, no.
Stop it. Let me tell you, we do not even get started on the Les Mis movie. I want to kill everyone who made that movie.
Yes, Antonio Banderas. I did not know that he could sing. I didn't know that the man could sing. He was great. I thought he was great in that.
Did you know that Andrew Lloyd Webber, when they made Phantom of the Opera movie, which is one of the truest accounts of the actual play, except for maybe like two things, but Andrew Lloyd Webber made a statement that went along the lines of ever since he made the Phantom. Now he wrote the Phantom for his at the time wife's voice. She was always meant to be Christine, which is Sarah
Right,
Brightman,
right,
and that's why no one can sing Christine like she can because it was written for her octave range,
right.
which at the time was incredible. And but he never really, I think Michael, what's his name? The original Phantom, Michael Crawford.
Right.
So Michael Crawford was the original Phantom, and they never they never really became what Andrew Lloyd Webber wanted from them. Like um they never were the Phantom he had always envisioned. And then lo and behold, he gets hold of Gerard Butler, and he made a public statement that said, "This man right here is the Phantom I've been looking for my entire life." I
Really.
mean,
See, I didn't.
how
That
much
I
of a
didn't know.
compliment is that? That is
Yeah.
amazing.
But you know what? I have a dirt story on Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Ooh, do tell.
I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to think of which actress it was. I'm pretty sure it was Glenn Close. No, it was actually. It wasn't Glenn Close. It was. It was Patti LuPone. He screwed her over big time to the point where they don't speak to this day.
Hold on one second. Oh my god, are you insane?
Diamond, come here. I won't yell at you like she is.
Oh my god.
What happened?
What's
My
going on?
cat, he freaks out when I close a door.
Oh,
Oh, it was him. I was calling for Diamond.
my kids do that too. I don't.
What?
They hate closed doors.
What?
Okay, well,
Yeah?
the story about Angela Lloyd Webber and Patti LuPone, she had, she had worked with him, and then
Lick your butt.
he was supposed to get a part in, I think, maybe in the UK. She was offered a part. He screwed her over, and he gave it to someone else. And
What?
yeah, he did some dirty shit on her, and she had a big, big fight with him, and they never spoke. They still don't speak. They still don't
I
speak.
I know that when him and Sarah got divorced, there was no communication for a long time. So he must be a bit of an asshole.
Yeah, yeah.
No, sir.
Yeah, I'm thinking that he is a bit of an asshole because when I heard that story from Patty LuPone, I think she was interviewed, and of course they asked her about different people that she worked with or worked for, and that story popped out, and I was like, whoa, he really did that. So
Mm,
I mean, I guess it could happen. I mean, you have employers. I mean, technically that's an employer, so
I mean, right?
there are asshole employers.
Ladies,
Yes.
I'm fading.
What?
My Benadryl has kicked in,
Oh no.
You
and
need to go.
I don't want to have a snoring moment on. I don't want that.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
no,
you should have let it happen.
no, because Lissa did that, and B did that, and both on my panel.
Okay, Diane, that's that's
I have
bad.
it recorded. It's hysterical.
Destiny's like, calm down, calm down.
I know. I heard it. I heard, and when B did it, it scared me. I had headset on, and it was a fast little, like a snort thing.
I always worry about B whenever she goes quiet. Like I'm just like, oh my god, what has happened? Her pig has eaten her.
She's probably such a busy person in life that she sits
Hmm.
still for 2 seconds and she's gone.
But not only
Yeah,
that,
That's
you
what I
you have a friend or you have a person that you know something medically
Evelyn.
wrong with them, and then they're just chatting and chatting, and all of a sudden they're just making a noise.
that's right. Evelyn was there when
Yeah,
Lissa.
I was too. I teased her. I was like trying to
Wait a
call
minute, I was
her.
there. That was that big panel with Tilly and everybody, right?
yeah, and it was funny because Wendy was saying, "Oh, you gotta, just eject her," and I was like, "No, let's, we'll just whisper," and then
Let's
we
savor
did.
the
Oh
moment.
man.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, just for a minute, we didn't have to leave her up there snoring all
Yeah,
night.
you usually don't get much on Lissa, you just don't, and it's those moments.
Yeah, it was
She's
fun. It was fun. And she look, if I thought it was going to piss Lissa off or it was going to really, embarrass her that she would get mad, then I definitely would have just, ejected her on the first snore I heard. But I knew that she has a good sense of humor and
oh
she would
yeah.
find it
She don't get embarrassed too much. She
funny.
no
No, no, no.
yeah, her and I are not ones for speakerphone, We're
My best friend was like, "I don't understand how you fall asleep at your desk. Like, I just can't do that." I'm like, "Have you seen my chair? I mean,
oh,
have
yeah.
you actually put your butt in my chair? Probably not, because it's memory foam, and I don't feel your butt's in there." And like the headrest on the back leans up, like pulls up like a car headrest, like when it's not tall enough for you. And it's like memory foam. It's like a recliner, but for your computer.
I need something like that.
Oh, girls. See, here's the thing. My mother-in-law, she always tells us, tell me what you want for Christmas. Don't tell me the price. Just tell me what you want for Christmas. Give me the link where I can go get it. And that's what you're getting, period.
Wow.
So we told his mother we wanted new computer chairs. We told her we don't care just as long as they're better than what we have now. So she went out and bought us a Barca lounger each, which is what they are.
Oh wow.
And dims ain't cheap.
No, they're not.
And when I looked at the box, she brought it. She was like sliding it down the hallway. She's got your chairs are here. The box is almost as big as the chair. And we were just looked at each other like really slow, like, does that say Barca lounger? And he's like, I think it does. I'm like, bitch, we gotta put these together immediately. And we did too. We went home, put them bitches right together. I sat in there and just stared at my computer. I didn't even have to do any computer shit. I just let the memory foam embrace my buttocks.
Look, Evelyn said, "Tell your hubby's mom that Diane and I want another set of tickets to Hamilton in New York."
Girl, me too. I'm trying to figure out what I
Yeah.
want to ask her for Christmas. It's either between a new car stereo thing, because there's one I want, or a new computer, or apparently tickets to Hamilton. I think I
Well,
have to add that to the list now.
well, if you when do you give her the list? Because there's, for us it was we had to wait. And I have to tell you, tickets are really expensive to New York.
They are sold out everywhere they
How
perform
expensive
around
are
me.
they?
Expensive.
Well, like
Expensive,
give me a number.
In the thousands.
Oh, okay.
expensive. If you want, and especially if you want good seats, if you want to
And
have.
those ticket sales are not slowing down.
Nope.
Wow.
You're kind of better off if you can get tickets to the show that's touring. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's going to be easier and less expensive. But
But before I forget, but those of you that do live in a place where Hamilton does come to play, okay, you need to download the Hamilton Lottery app. It's put out by Lin-Manuel and the whole company.
they still do the lottery. Yep.
Yep, and they do a lottery, and it guarantees you a ticket if you win, and at a cheap price. Usually, I think it's like below $50.
Yeah, and that's cheap for any Broadway show. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could, get airline tickets to Orlando and wait till they come here, and then.
Do you
But
got a room I can sleep in?
Of course.
well, I mean, did you check online to see where the closest tour company is playing near you?
Near me?
Yeah, where it
Let me
would
see.
be. I mean, did you check online and see? Because listen, every cast is going to be good. It doesn't matter who they are. He doesn't hire bad singers, and I
Oh,
mean,
no,
this
no, no.
doesn't happen.
Let's see the U.S. tour. 1 second. I really wish I could have seen the original cast, though.
I do too. I would have loved to have been able to see the original cast, but it is what it is. Doesn't matter. It was great.
Well, ladies, while she's looking at that, I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
probably be on my phone in the bed, so I might pop back in and listen. But
sleep well, and we'll see you during the week.
all righty, you guys have a
Love you,
great night.
Sesame.
Love
Good
you.
Night,
night.
See you guys.
Bye bye.
So the closest one to me right now is New York.
Oh, okay.
So basically Broadway. I've seen 2 plays on Broadway, Phantom and Les Mis. Phantom was all hoity-toity and you had to wear black tie. And then Les Mis, one was at the Majestic and one was at the Imperial. It was incredible.
Yeah, well,
We Diane, we had front row center balcony for Les Mis.
yeah, well, and seating is important. By accident, one time I got seats that were too close. You don't want to be, you never want to be too close to the stage, and depending, of course, on the theater, in New York, because when they're singing, let's just put it this way, you don't want to see the spit flying in the air. I'm telling you, you just don't want to be too close.
Not only that, you don't want your experience to be drowned out by the pit. Now the pit is where the orchestra
Right,
sits
right.
under the stage.
Yep.
So if you're that close, sometimes you cannot hear anything over the orchestra.
Right. So you're better off getting seats that are, the mezzanine,
Right.
but close enough that you feel that you can see. And again, some theaters are smaller than other theaters on Broadway. I've been in smaller theaters. I've been in bigger theaters, but the Richard Rogers Theater is, a decent size theater.
We usually go to the Fox Theater in Atlanta, which is the big one. They have some stadiums and shit, but if you're going for a play, you're going to see it at the Fox.
Well,
I want to see Lion King.
Lion King was good. I mean, I love the music from Lion King. I mean, I just love the music.
Did you hear why they chose to use those props instead of like really good animal costumes?
No.
Because they were so incredibly cheap to make. Not only can they now charge less for the tickets, they can keep the show running almost indefinitely.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Well,
Yes, Sassy, download. It's called the Hamilton Lottery. You should find it in the App Store.
yeah, they have. I mean, when it first came out, they used to do a lottery, like I don't know, maybe once a week, right there at the theater. Lin-Manuel would be there, or the cast would come out. They do the lottery, and I mean, the streets would be packed with people. But I guess they continued to do it even after that was done. And I would always see it on YouTube, and I would say, should I drive into New York City,
right?
Try to be in that lottery and try to win?
I mean, right. So that app is called Hamilton, the official app, and it's put out by Hamilton Uptown LLC. So as long as it's that one, you have the right one. So Hamilton, the official app, and the creator will be Hamilton Uptown.
Yeah, see where Evelyn lives. The tickets, they paid $500 for 2 tickets, and that's the touring show. So that's why it's so expensive in New York.
Yeah, I was gonna get some for my sister for Christmas, and the earliest ones I could get were for October of next year. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'll go ahead and do it." But even though they're allowing ticket sales that far out, they're thousands of dollars.
Really expensive. It is really expensive. It's the hottest ticket. I mean, that's what happens when you have the hottest show on Broadway. You can charge that much. It really is crazy, but yeah, you can charge that much.
So maybe you'll be interested, and I think Evelyn will be interested. So when you are any kind of music, minor or major, you have to take music theory. And this is one of the most frustrating classes I've ever taken in my entire life. And if you want an example of that, through Hamilton, you need to watch a series on YouTube called Why Hamilton Makes Us Cry, or it's called How Hamilton Makes Us Cry. And it's pretty much a whole series about like music theory basically, but he explains how this seemingly just kind of social studies kind of play makes you cry just by the music. Not the lyrics, not the story, just the music itself can make you cry. It's a very good series.
Donna, you're in the UK. Are you near where Hamilton is playing? And do you know how much the tickets are there? Oh, I rented on YouTube the documentary of the making of Hamilton. Don't waste your money.
I
I
saw
mean,
that for free.
well, I ended up paying for it, but don't waste your money because I think what people thought was they were going to see, get to see or hear some music from the play, and that just didn't
Right.
happen. Okay, our local cinema sometimes has live screenings of plays. Oh, really? Hmm.
Yeah, and also Hamilton is very well guarded. Evelyn said it earlier. If you find a link, you need to find a way to download it because they take them down almost
Uh huh.
immediately.
They do.
So instead of looking through YouTube or anything like that, I would suggest looking through Google and stay away from Pirate Bay and stay away from all them because Pirate Bay is still under federal investigation and they are flagging.
Yeah,
And your
I would.
internet service provider will flag you as well.
I mean, I think at some point in the future, I don't know how far into the future we're talking, but they will. I mean, it's been filmed. Let's just say someone has already filmed the play, Hamilton, and at some point they will be putting it on Amazon and whatnot, where you can buy musicals. I've seen it done.
I
So
have a
they
recording
will
of
make a
the
fortune.
original cast.
Yeah, they will make a fortune if they do that. They're just not going to do it now because if they do it,
Mhm.
then no one's going to buy tickets to the play. But they will do it eventually.
They'll do it as soon as ticket sales slow.
Yeah, but see, I happen to think it's going to be like Chorus Line was the longest. I think I don't know if another play outdid Chorus Line. It was at one point the longest running musical on Broadway, but I think Hamilton is going to probably beat that. I think they're, I can't see them slowing down.
Mm-mm, not at all. Oh god. Yeah, I put the fucking orbital ring in my fucking conch and it is hurting so bad.
I saw your picture of that. I can't. I saw your
What'd you
picture on
go
Twitter of
for?
that you got a new thing, and I was like, oh no, I can't.
It's just a new jewelry. It's not a new piercing.
No, I know, but where it is, I can't go there.
You know, it didn't hurt at all. No joke.
I'm sure it didn't, but the thought of it, to me in my head, is kind of like the pimple popping and whatnot. I don't know. There's just certain things. Although I have my belly button is pierced.
Ash, Ash said orbital ring in your what? So if you put your finger in your ear, not like in the hole, but in the shell of your ear, like the basin,
Yeah,
that smooth part, that's your conch.
yeah.
And I have that pierced in order to be able to wear an orbital, which is a ring that goes from inside the conch and out the back of my ear.
Yeah, it's inside. It's inside of
Yeah.
the ear.
Yep. It's in her hole. Evelyn, my computer crashed with my recording. Would you please, 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 please find a way to send that to me?
What? What do you need?
Evelyn has the original, or a recording with the original cast. It might actually be the one that I used to have.
Well, on YouTube, there are. Um, I just looked very recently. Every single song from the
Mhm.
original cast is up on YouTube.
No, I want the actual video of them performing.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I would love that. How come I don't have that?
I had to search long and hard for the one that I have. And then my computer crashed with it on there. So,
Well, I wanted to, Evelyn.
Evelyn, you can actually upload it to YouTube unlisted.
Yeah, and then send the link.
Yeah, send me and Diana the
Can
link.
you do it now?
And Jenna.
Can you do it now so I
That's
can
gonna
watch
take forever to download or uh put it on there.
it? Well, I don't. Can you send? I don't know. Can you send a link if it's on private?
Yeah, yeah.
You can.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that works. If you put it on private,
You can
I
put it
don't
on well, let me test it.
test it.
Okay, hold on one
Yeah, 'cause I'm
second.
not. Yeah, I don't know if you can send one on private because if it's private, it's private.
Do 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 do. Let me see.
Oh, you're off on Tuesday and Wednesday. Cool. Okay, I would
Oh,
love to see
mhm.
it. I'll just watch it over and over again.
I watched
That-
mine like so many times.
That's not gonna work for me, Evelyn.
Don't push her. She'll give up on all of us. Jenna.
Do it now.
Jenna.
We love you, Evelyn. And this is a new side to Evelyn. I didn't know Evelyn liked Broadway shows.
Well, I just assume, and this is the truth, I assume that everyone loves Broadway shows.
See, I assume the opposite. I assume everyone hates Broadway shows.
I know men, men in general
You know
don't.
men.
No, I mean they don't like musicals. Well, I don't even want to tell you how I had to drag any man that was, in my life to musicals.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Hold please. Did you just say, because this is what I heard, I've never known a man in my entire life to drag him to noodles.
What? What did you do? What?
That's what I heard. Admittedly, I was also reading the chat at the same time. So.
I said, what I really said, oh my God, what I really said was that, any man that was in my life and I wanted to go to see a Broadway play, I had to drag them.
Where did I get noodles?
I don't know.
Wow.
My bad. Whoopsie. Makes much more sense now. Thank you.
See, if it
Okay.
was Les Mis, my guy would go in a heartbeat.
Well, again, I have to say it depends on the man. Some men just hear musical and they just don't want. I mean, I had to, talk him into seeing it. I had to say, but it's a story. It's based on a true story. It's a true story.
Wait, which one?
Les Mis.
No, it's not.
Well, I
The
mean,
French Revolution is real.
yeah, but so the part about Jean Valjean is not true that he was arrested and blah 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 and put in jail.
No, that was all Victor Hugo and his
Really?
indelible mind. Yeah. Basically, he wanted to write a story about the French Revolution. And if you look up his definition of what Les Mis means to him, hold on, let me look it up.
I see now. I didn't know that. I thought that that whole thing was true.
Why can I type? Oh my God. He says the literal meaning of Les Miserables is the miserable ones. God bless America.
I cried every time I saw Les Mis.
I always through high school and everything, which is where I started learning about Les Mis, I always identified with Eponine, and I always felt so bad for her,
Oh,
while
I
at the
you
same
have to.
time
How
being
can
so
you not?
annoyed.
How can you not feel bad for her?
Right.
I mean, she loved this guy. She had
Medius.
parents. I mean, it was the whole ball of wax. I mean, she just didn't get what she wanted. She gets killed. What can?
I know I'm all alone again. Nowhere to turn, no one to go to.
Yeah. I mean, it was very sad. I mean, he loved her, but not in that way. He loved her as a very dear friend. But he
You
didn't.
know, the man ain't got no brains when he falls in love with a soprano.
Oh
Just saying.
yeah,
With them curls that were obviously fake.
yeah.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame was absolutely wrong. The Hunchback was nowhere near a good person in the book. The Hunchback actually raped Esmeralda and killed her man.
Oh really?
Yep. That was also Victor Hugo. Yes, they did. I think he even committed suicide. I don't know. I can't remember. But I know it was nowhere near Disney movie worthy. I don't know why they did that shit.
See, I love the character of Javert. I mean, he was tormented. He
Right.
was a tormented man, and you know, I just loved him. I loved that character.
No silver wings. No, not a real person. Um, and also, Alice in Wonderland is wrong. My sister actually has the original Through the Looking Glass book, and it is some demented shit.
Yeah, I kind of heard that it was.
Yeah, it is. It's good though. Don't get me wrong. Minnie is killing our dreams. No, I'm not killing your dreams. I just hate the way Disney does shit, man.
Next,
Don't
she's gonna tell us Cinderella wasn't real. I mean, come on.
Jenna, I have some bad news.
Yeah, we hate to inform you. Now, are you sitting down?
You should probably sit down.
Yeah, you should probably sit down because it's not true. It's not real.
Uh,
It's fantasy.
you're killing my childhood. Come on now.
Also, anyone want to know about the killing your childhood about Sleeping Beauty?
Oh, think about some of the stories that we, got to hear as,
Possibly Iridium. Sorry.
children. They were kind of creepy and scary.
Well, so Sleeping Beauty was actually um, raped while she was asleep.
Oh my
When
God.
and she had a child while she was asleep.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I heard that one.
and
And remember Snow White was
Snow.
brought up in the Jodi Arias trial by
Mhm.
the woman that was on the stand for Jodi Arias and Juan Martinez teared her a new asshole over that.
I love him so much.
That was the best. I mean, he was mocking her on the Snow White
Mhm.
theory that she has. Oh my God.
And Snow White was also, what was it? They weren't like happy-go-lucky dwarves, were they? Right? They were like
Well, they were using, they were abusing her. She was
mhm.
abused, and then she became like she was a submissive. I mean, it's so crazy, so crazy.
Ash said, "I love Snow White. You hush your mouth."
Yeah, well, I'm just saying what this crazy woman started tearing the whole Snow White story apart and telling everybody that she was abused and blah blah blah.
Please, that bitch was classic psychopath.
Yeah,
Of course.
Oh
But
my God.
but the dwarves are real, right?
Yeah,
Please tell me they're real.
the dwarfs were real.
I mean, there
Okay.
are dwarves on the planet.
Well, I mean the seven ones.
Hi, Vixen.
Dopey and bitchy and itchy.
Okay, so here we go. One second. Okay. The original version of Sleeping Beauty was first written down by an Italian author called Giambattista Basile, who published a book called The Tale of Tales in 1634. It contained 50 different stories, including early versions of Rapunzel, Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, the last of which he called Sun, Moon, and Talia. Basile's book was used by Charles Perrault in late 17th century when he wrote Mother Goose Tales and by the Brothers Grimm in the 19th century. But Basile's version of Sleeping Beauty is much, much darker than the Disney version. Um, in the Disney version of Sleeping Beauty, Aurora and Prince Philip meet in the woods where they sing Once Upon a Dream and instantly fall in love. But in the original story, Sleeping Beauty, the princess is not swept off her feet. She's actually raped in her sleep. The two main characters don't actually meet until Sleeping Beauty is already asleep. In the original version, the king finds an abandoned palace. He sneaks through the window using a ladder and searches every single room. And at last, he finds Sleeping Beauty, named Talia in his story, who is lying on a bed, deadly asleep. And then the story takes a disturbing turn where she quotes, crying aloud, the king beheld her charms and felt his blood course hotly through his veins.
Oh
He
my God.
lifted her in his arms and carried her to a bed where he gathered the first fruits of her love. Obviously, she was a virgin, aka he raped her, and apparently sleeping women were a huge turn on for the king. As if the king raping a sleeping stranger wasn't disturbing enough, after he has sex with Sleeping Beauty, the king goes home and for a time thought no more about this incident. Apparently, the king didn't think it was odd to find a sleeping woman abandoned in a castle, and clearly he had no reservations about ditching her after raping her.
Oh my God.
And then when the king gathered the fruits of the love from Sleeping Beauty, he apparently left something behind, and 9 months later, Sleeping Beauty gives birth to 2 children, a boy and a girl, while she is still asleep. The author brushes past how exactly it's possible to sleep through a twin labor, but once the babies are born, 2 fairies appear to help care for them, and Basile's story is already way too dark for Disney, and at this point, it takes another strange turn as the fairies try to help the newborns breastfeed.
Wow.
So yeah, it is
Wow.
completely different.
Wow. No wonder they put out the Disney version. No wonder.
Well, it's just like The Little Mermaid, too. That was a dark story as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
So, does
Oh,
anyone remember their
Evelyn's
Greek
getting
mythology?
sleepy. Okay, Evelyn, long day at work today and another tomorrow. But the upside is tomorrow is my Friday. That's right. And don't forget, I just have to remind you again on your day off, or maybe the
She just said
second
it.
day off. Oh, okay.
She said she'll send them on Tuesday. We love you, Evelyn.
Yes, yes. I
You
can't
can
wait. I'm
also
so excited. I'm so excited.
Oh. So, does anyone remember their Greek mythology at all?
Oh my God. You want to know something really funny? I played a game. Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, on Facebook for a couple of years that it was there.
Uh,
And I had a game group with 100 people. And that's where I was like, oh my God, no, I did not learn this in grade school. Oh, no way, because it's Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
right.
And that's where I relearned all my Greek mythology. Hold on again, I'll be right back. But I don't know if I still remember it. The one thing that was great about that game is I learned so many things that I had forgotten in school. And then because you get to see the same questions over and over and you're trying to beat out to be the first person who answers it, your memory gets really good. I think it's a really good exercise, some of these games, for preventing Alzheimer's. Just
Right.
saying. I don't know if that's fact or not, but I felt like my brain was on fire. I remembered everything.
So, who remembers the story of obviously Odysseus and the Odyssey? And then at one point, Odysseus is trapped in a cave by Cyclops. While he's in the cave, of course, they tie themselves to the underside of sheep to try to get out. They try to move the boulder, blah, blah, blah. And then finally, Odysseus finds a way to stick a tree trunk in Cyclops' eye, which is kind of redundant because Cyclops means one eye. But anyway, um, and then when Cyclops says, "Tell me your name, who has hurt me?" Odysseus tells the giant that his name is Nobody. So when the giant starts to scream for help, he's like, "Help! Nobody hurt me!" So it was incredibly clever. But do any of you remember? Well, you'll probably Google it, but who Poseidon, not Poseidon, who, well, I gave it away. Anyway, Cyclops' father was Poseidon, which blew my mind when I figured that shit out. Wait, who died from cancer?
The guy who played Spartacus in the
Oh,
two,
yeah. That was sad. Do you know who else? The guy that played Lorne in Angel passed away
Lord
from a
Michael.
heart defect. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was sad. I had to read the Odyssey in ninth grade, 11th grade, and my first year and my third year of college.
Talk about redundancy.
It's okay. I love the book anyway, so no big deal. Yes, yes, yes. Also learned a lot about how, like, Zeus was a complete and total ass hat. And, like, they literally drew straws almost to see who was gonna, because Zeus's brothers is Hades and Poseidon, so they kind of, quote, unquote, "drew straws" to see who was gonna rule what. And Zeus was like, y'all can draw straws if you want to, but, like, I got the lightning bolts, so that kinda makes me lord of everything. And then the reason why there's this conflict between Zeus and Hades is because Zeus was like, "Hey, yo, bro, how about you go take care of the dead people? Because that's where you totally belong." And so now Zeus and Hades are like, "Meh, meh, 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 meh. I will kill you every day, all day." It's kind of crazy.
And Neptune's just like chilling in the ocean, you know.
And that's why my favorite story is Persephone. So
Yeah.
to explain the seasons, so Persephone was promised to Hades, and so the only way that he was able to keep her as a husband or a wife was if half of the year she was in the underworld and the other half of the year she was up on the earth with her mother. And her mother was Mother Nature, I think. Yeah. Anyway, so every time Persephone had to go down into the underworld and live 6 months with Hades, her mother would be so depressed, everything would die, all vegetation would die. And so that's how they explained the seasons, why sometimes things die and why some things are plentiful. Because when Persephone comes back from the underworld, that's when her mother lets everything grow again because she's happy to see her daughter.
Right.
Ceres. Think about it. And Zeus's story is a lot like God and Lucifer. You're right. Yep. You're right, it is. Um, but Hades is a crybaby anyway. Total douche canoe.
Yep.
Douche muffin. Oh my god, what time is it? 3:11. Hey, it's 3:11.
It is not. It's only 12:11.
어떡해.
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 어떡하냐?
Oh, I know what
Anyway,
to say.
I'm trying to wait for Diane to come back because
Because I'm boring as fuck. I know.
you're not
Right?
boring. It's just it's 3:12. I don't even know why I care, but I've ran out of things to say. 2:11. Damn it, people, get on my time zone.
No, you come to mine. It's earlier.
Ash, you get on my time zone, or I ruin Snow White for you.
I'm back. Oh my God, it is late. And you know what?
Yeah,
I just have to tell you that I've been like a panel ho this
that's
weekend
okay.
because I've been on everybody's panel. I was on Rosie's panel. I was on Lucy's panel. I'm on your panel. It's the most panels I've been on because I just my hubby was sick this weekend, and
Aw,
so we couldn't go anywhere. But now that the week is starting and he's better, it's going to be a busy week. But
right.
yeah, I was staying up really late, and so I just ended up on all these panners. Oh, and I was on Cooper's panner, and that was a blast, of
How's
course.
your husband though? Is he doing better?
Yeah, no, he's feeling better. But whenever he gets sick, it's just like then we can't do anything, for the weekend, and it was,
I don't blame him. I don't
yeah,
like doing anything when I'm well, let alone when I'm sick.
yeah, no, he just, yeah, it was a bummer. So, I have a different, and I do have a different schedule than he does.
Mhm.
So I am a night owl to begin with. So during the weekends that he's not sick, I have to try to get like on the same schedule because if we're like, especially over the summer when we're going to the shore, I have to be up early. He's the type of person that likes to be up really early. He gets up at 7 o'clock, even if it's not a day where he has to do something work wise or go meet someone for a meeting or whatever. He's up at 7 o'clock. I'm not like that. Once I didn't have to get up for work at 5:30 anymore, and drive an hour and a half.
Mhm.
I got when I once I got off of that. Oh no, I became a sleep in person again.
Girl,
And
I don't wake up before the sun starts going back down. So
yeah, and so getting back and forth off of different sleeping schedules is crazy for me.
my husband works swing shift, and like He has 2 weeks on first shift, 2 weeks on third shift. It is horrible. I don't know how he does it.
Damn.
And he only has 3 days in between each shift to recover and switch time zones. Well, not time zones, but you know what I
Oh
mean.
no, I wasn't on Cooper's panel. I'm sorry. Cooper was on panel with me on Rosie's. That's who I meant I was on. I was on Rosie's, Lucy. Um, yeah, yeah, Lucy's.
You're just hoeing all around, aren't you, Diane?
So I feel like a panel hoe.
Man, that's okay.
Going into screams, going, give me a link. I need a link.
I offered, so this time she did not scream for a link. In fact, Diane was like, "Yeah, sure, I've been a pantyhose this week. Go ahead."
Yeah, that's what I said. Exactly. Yeah, I see. I missed that whole thing, Ash. I don't know what happened. What I heard was that she didn't call someone that word. What she was doing was she was repeating the word that she was accusing Katie of saying. That's what I had heard.
Is that what
And
this has been reduced to? Fucking
and
hell, it's a
that's
word,
and
people.
that's why they had to take the panel down, start up a new one.
Oh my god, what are you doing? You are okay. This cat's never jumped in my lap before, and he is super heavy.
Aww.
Hi, big boy. Y'all, I'm gonna turn on the camera just for a second so you can see. What you doing? Did you miss me that much, huh? Did you miss me that much that you had to look at this motherfucker? He's so big.
Oh my God, but I love those kind of cats.
Oh, you're showing your butt to them. They don't want to see your butthole.
Before I knew you, I had seen these cats and I thought they were so gorgeous.
He's making biscuits on my leg.
Aww, little pinches. So cute.
I see what he's so mad because they were getting on my fucking nerves earlier, so I closed my door. He has been walking up and down the hallway like howling. He put up with it for a few hours and then he's like, "No more. Let me in now."
Yeah, that's one thing. Cats do not like if you lock them out.
No.
I can't believe you just jumped up in my lap. You're crazy. It's funny because when I signed up on that Chewy site and you can add your pet or whatever and they'll recommend food. Put his weight in and they were like, "We recommend weight loss food." I was like, "You leave him alone. He's fluffy." He is oh, look at that. Look. Okay. Now he's got this great big body and these teeny tiny feet, so it really hurts. It's like someone's standing on you with stilettos.
Queen paws.
Danger biscuits, danger biscuits.
Aw, so sweet.
Come on,
You need
get
to
down.
give him. You need to give him a pedicure.
Oh God, you hurt. He's like, "Shut up, lady. Deal with it and pet me now." They can see your ears. Go ahead and look over there. No, over there. Over there. Well,
No,
you
look over
almost
here.
had it.
Look over here. Come on. Come here,
Come
Kiki.
on.
Now, what's his name again?
His name is Scooter.
Scooter.
You
Yeah.
see how big he is?
He's a big boy.
What you doing? He's like, "I don't know. You put me up here. What are you doing? I came for some lap love. Why you put me on the desk? I'm exploiting you." Oh, okay. Time to get down for real because you're gonna make me see. He's actually not a Maine Coon. Only our girl is. He is an American Shorthair, but he fat. Oh, you just gonna sit down like you cooking an egg? What the fuck? Can you get down, please? I need to pee. Meh. He says, "No, not today. Not today. You'll wait." All right, guys. So I'm about to go throw this cat into his bed. Not really throw him. You realize how obsessed I am with Korean music until you see my posters. Kind of sad. We got NCT right there, and Leo from VIX. Right, what did you do? Okay, right there, and then BTS right there, and VIX on my door. And then this poster here is a poster. It's a Dracula quote, and it's got Dracula's castle on it.
Which quote?
Hold on, let me tell you.
Good night,
1 second.
Vixen.
It
Hey, Vixen.
says, welcome to my home. Come and go freely and leave a little bit of the happiness you bring behind.
Ooh, nice.
And then there's some German quote on there that sounds really scary. So I don't know.
German in general sounds really scary.
Oh, you can see my ear here. Okay. This here is my orbital.
It's your cooch.
Yeah, it's
See,
my
look at the
cooch.
cooch.
So this is pierced inside here, and it comes out the back. And this ring goes from inside all the way around the back. And then I have my rook pierced, which is here. And this is just a normal cartilage piercing. And then on this ear, okay, I have my industrial.
And you wear those tight ass headphones on those ears. Ow.
No, well, the headphones actually go like, look.
Okay.
Yeah, my ears go inside there. Ow.
See, ow. Just as I said. Ow.
No, I pulled my own hair.
Kinky.
Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna go get something. I'm gonna show you guys, and then I have to go. So give me 1 second.
Okay.
Just as I said. Ow. So how you been doing, Diane?
Pretty good. How about you?
How about the same?
I actually just purchased the Audible story of Alexander Hamilton on Amazon because I want to listen to it.
So,
Nice.
barring the fact that I'm a grown-ass woman who's almost 40, I went to Walgreens the other night, and my friend and I were there, and we, like, were walking down the hall.
Wait, what is between your tits?
Star Wars blown glass.
I thought you had like something sticking up from there. I didn't
And
realize
then
it was a necklace.
my moonstone.
Not
Anyway,
bad.
so yeah. Don't you touch it. That's mine. That is my giraffe. You leave it alone. Okay, so we went to Walgreens and we're like getting all our stuff or whatever, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna go pay for our stuff. Yeah, that sounds great. Let's do it. And then we both stop. And we're like, and we turn around and we see these things, and I swear to God, I've never bought something so impulsively so fast in my life. Because it's a giant giraffe.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Wait, it gets better. Look at him's mane.
Aww.
She got a cat, I got a giraffe. But they're called squishmallows because they squishy and soft. He's got horns, look. Well, they're not horns, what are they? Just little giraffe knobbies.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
And my husband looked at it and goes, is it a giraffe or a pig? Or what?
Oh God.
What are they called?
Ossicones.
Oh,
Oh,
really? I didn't know that.
it's so soft.
Are you going to sleep with it?
I do already.
Okay. All right.
See, I have a Sherlock Pusheen. If you don't know who Pusheen is,
I love Pusheen.
Pusheen is
Yeah, I
this.
know. Yeah, I do know who that is.
I have a Sherlock one. He has like a little Sherlock head on and everything. I sleep with him because I'm a grown ass woman.
I'm sorry.
And my husband goes,
Ooh.
that is the last thing you're putting in the bed. I'm like, okay. Thanks for letting me sleep with my Pusheen. And then I come home the other night and I'm like, hey, baby, I need to talk to you. I may have to go back on my promise because, see, I bought a giraffe. And he's very soft and he won't make any trouble, I promise. And then I wake up yesterday and here's my husband holding up my giraffe. And he's talking to himself, guys. He does this all the time. He's looking at this thing. I'm dead asleep, he thinks. And he goes, fucking Gary. Because his name is Gary.
Oh my God.
He thinks, because it came on a name tag. It actually had a name tag. He thinks I'm asleep. And he's going, fucking Gary. And he just throws him back on the bed.
Listen, I have enough problems fighting with my husband over throw pillows on the bed. I mean, he does not get the concept. He doesn't understand it, and it annoys the hell out of him.
Oh man, my husband would do anything for me, anything at all. I really can't compare him. And yesterday was our third year owning this house, so yay! Pushing numero dos. Pushing in a coffee cup. I have problems. I have so many problems. And then you've got bobblehead Wolverine, which I always say that bobblehead Wolverine always looks really pissed off because everybody knows Wolverine is not okay with merchandise, and he definitely would not want to be a bobblehead. Okay, so anyway, thank you guys for coming on the stream. Thank you, Jenna. I know you don't usually, but thank you coming on the stream. And thank you, Diane's gone. Oh no.
Diane,
Diane left us.
she did.
Oh.
Well, I'm glad to be here, and I'll try to be here again. Whenever. If I'm
Okay.
home. If I'm not home, I might. I don't know. Who knows? I can't never tell.
Okay, well, I'm going to end the stream, and I'm going to go pretend like I'm sleepy because my husband has to go to work in the morning, and I have to squish his face before he goes.
Oh,
I have to go.
maybe I don't want to know the full context. Anyway.
No, not like that, you perv. I have to hug him and be like, squishy, 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 squishy.
Aww.
Aww.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.